Welcome. This is a Grapsody YouTube channel. This is an AEW Dynasty review. Of course, I am Phil Lindsey, here with Righteous Reg as well. Ready to go over this pay-per-view. Pretty solid show overall.
I had a good time on the watch along yesterday with Denise. I thought that all the matches that needed to hit pretty hard. So yeah, this was a fun show, Phil.
Yeah. I thought the pacing for it was pretty good. We both joked when we previewed this thing on Saturday. I was like, oh, only 9 matches. And then I remembered, oh, Collisions tonight. We'll probably get 2 or 3 more matches announced. And that's exactly what we got. We got like 4 matches announced in the span of 24 hours. But, I still thought the pacing of the show overall was good. I was surprised how quickly the first half of the show and all flew by. Like, I looked around and I was like, oh, this show's already halfway over.
Yeah, so many people, because I was at Revolution, so it didn't feel as long, but so many people were like, the last show was so long. This one felt like it flew by. They got it in 4 hours. Like you're saying, the pacing felt good. It didn't feel like anything overstayed its welcome. Everything hit and got out of there. Really liked it. It felt good watching from home this time because it feels very different.
And I'm sure we're going to probably get more discourse about how long the pay-per-views are. But yeah, this show did not feel long for me. And I watched the entire 0 hour. And like I said, I was surprised how quickly the show flew by. And I think it also is because like the first 3 or 4 matches were so good.
That played a huge role into how the rest of the show flowed. I think I see a lot of East Coast people with the complaints, and I will say, as somebody on the West Coast, it ends at 10 p.m. over here for me, so it felt fine. But I do understand people that are like, it's late as hell over here. But yeah, I think exactly what you're saying, Phil, of the first few matches were fast paced. They had story. They felt like AEW, and you're like, damn, we're locked into something good.
Yeah. Uh, uh, Send a shout out to my guy in the chat. He says, if StreamYard will pull up the chat. He says, sitting in the hospital. Hey man, well wishes to you and your father, man. That's tough to hear, but hopefully he pulls through, man. Cancer sucks, bro. I don't, I don't have much better to say about that. Cancer sucks.
Yeah, the worst thing that's happening to people on a constant basis is cancer destroying people's lives. Sending love out to the homie Matt, always supporting on all the podcasts. So I hope it's a fine one. And I hope that Phil and I could be a distraction for a little bit here today.
Yeah. But you know what it is? This is Dynasty. Every time I see the Dynasty logo and I see that this is the name of a pay-per-view, I immediately think of this is Rock La Familia.
Every time. Never fails.
Hey.
It's hella funny.
Well, I think of that thing. I think of that intro every single time.
Because yesterday I was thinking, like, if this show started with that, Phil, like it would have hit extra hard for me. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
Bro, why haven't we done this yet, TK? AEW, bro. Get the Dynasty intro on for this, bro. I don't know what you got, pay Hove, but come on, man. Send a check, bro.
I'm Send the fucking about do all day, dude. That's how
listen, man. Man, listen, bro. When they used to come on, like, this is Rock La Familia. Come on, man. Young Phil. Hold on, wait. I gotta get this. Young Phil. Come on, man. Beanie Siegel. Righteous Reg. Walk with us.
Because that, like, you want to talk about confidence, that was Hove on 1000.
Bro.
And that'd be a great way to start the show. Like, if we're vibing off of what Hove was talking, how could you have a bad show after that?
Bro, and that verse, theme song to The Sopranos, plays in the key of life on my mental piano. Hey, man, not Ho's best album, but bro,
That
That
song is
intro
crazy.
is insane, bro.
Hmm.
Insane. There are some people that have no idea what we're talking
I'm
about,
like, what?
but AEW Dynasty came to you guys live, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, the Rogers Arena. Like I said, pretty strong show. Coming straight out the gate, we have 4 matches on the 0 hour. Opened with Alex Windsor versus Marina Shafir. Uh, we just interviewed Alex on this very YouTube channel.
We did.
Uh, Seeing her growth as a wrestler, seeing just how much the fans have taken to her has been fantastic. Um, my bad, Alex. I doubted you. We did the predictions, and I said initially was like, yeah, I think Alex is gonna win, and then I took back my pick and was like, nah, I'm picking Marina to win. Marina hasn't won on a pay per view in a while. Sorry, I doubted you, Alex.
Yeah, I just felt like I didn't think that Jamie was gonna do it in her match. I was like, one of the Brawling Birds has to get a victory here. I think a lot of what I saw in this match, Phil, is more of what we talked about with her in our interview. Her confidence is so high, and that's so important for a pro wrestler. Like she just feels like she's a bad motherfucker in this world. She feels like she can beat anyone in this division. And it showed last night against Marina because Marina's tough right now. She's riding some Death Riders, lore, riding what they're kind of trained right now. And she's going crazy. But Alex Windsor's on to something else right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, this was. I think this is Marina's best big match so far. She's
Mm-hmm.
been getting plenty of opportunities. We've talked a lot about how she's been really the breakout star of the Death Riders.
Big time.
Um, she came out very confident, came in with a strategy, worked Alex's arm throughout this match. But yeah, Alex ended up coming back and picking up the win. Pretty enjoyable match to start tonight. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I neglected to say this before we get into our next match, but big return to start out 0 hour. Camille is back. Camille attacked Willow Nightingale backstage during her interview and set up an angle for the rest of the night. That got us to our second pre-show match: Camille versus Big Ann. Pretty straightforward what it was supposed to be. Squash for Camille. Reintroduce her to the audience. Afterwards, Willow came out and tried to get her revenge, and Camille continued to work that shoulder. I love that part about this, by the way, that this is still the lingering shoulder injury from the last pay per view.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the what do you call it? Megan and Lena worked that shoulder on the pre-show and then in their match, and that's how they won the tag titles. And boy, you'll never get me to not like this aspect of a working champion. Like having a working champion that has all of the nicks and bruises of continuing to defend their belt. That
Mm-hmm.
storyline always works for me.
Yeah, never fails. Just put the champion out there, have them call out all the best contenders and work like that. It's funny because Matt Jackson is still selling his lower back. And like if you want to continue selling a part for some months, some years, some decades at Matt Jackson's rate, I love it. Yeah, the return of Camille Phil, they American Gladiators is about to re-debut on Amazon Prime, and Camille is a gladiator. So this makes a ton of sense to bring her back at this time, especially against Willow, who's having a great run. Like, it's so funny, Phil. We talk so much about her tag team with Harley and why we weren't mad at the tag team, but it's like Willow's being hidden away in here. Willow's a big star. Willow is a great part of your division that could be utilized a lot more. So bringing Camille in here to get some heat on her, beat her up a little bit. I think it's great. Camille looked good. She's back. People have been asking in our chat for a long time, when's Camille coming back? And she's back, and she was gone for 500 plus days. Phil, that's a long ass time. I honestly forgot she was on the roster, if I'm keeping it completely real with you.
Yeah, I definitely was not expecting to see Camille. But I think if you're trying to set up all of these opponents for Willow as TNT champion, this makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they put over during the match that Willow is doing this comeback killer thing. All of these wrestlers that have made their comeback, whether it be Hikaru Shida and Who's the last one? Sorry, Queen Aminata.
Mhm.
Queen Aminata and
Oh
now
yeah,
Camille. They're
that
starting
match.
their returns, and Willow has immediately cut them short. Gave them a big L to start off their comeback tour, and I think that's smart, especially because you have somebody as TBS champion. I said TNT champion earlier. Sorry,
Mhm.
TBS champion who is doing open challenges. That makes a ton of sense.
I mean, that's our one of our favorite concepts, and we wanted Willow to kind of get involved in some different angles with some different people, and I think this is a way to do it. Also, kind of opens up my mind a little bit, Phil, to who else could be featured in this little whatever
Mm.
Willow's doing, wrestling people that are coming back off long hiatuses, 500 plus days, because there's some interesting names out there.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah. This was pretty straightforward. This is going to set up the match for Wednesday's episode of Dynamite.
Mhm.
Willow versus Camille. Um, yeah, when they said on commentary, and then Willow reiterated it in her promo backstage that she's doing this comeback killer thing. I was like, oh, so you're basically telling us Camille's losing.
Yeah, about to kill this person on their comeback real quick. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely thought that right away. I was like, oh, and I could be wrong. Maybe they're just setting that up to add intrigue to the match, and we might get an upset. I don't think we're getting an upset.
Because saying it so early, Phil, it's not like she has a long ass list of people, but already establishing it after two or three people is like, okay, all right. Like, is this something real that you're going to latch onto, or is they just a little talking point?
Yes. Yeah. See, man, this is our audience. Why did I think they wouldn't understand this? T5 the greatest saying, bro, we used to bop that at Mickey D's. We used to bop at Mickey D's to the album. Hey man,
Mhm.
bro, the intro alone, and I just want to love you, bro. Like top tier Hove records, bro.
Come on. I changed the game too. Like, it goes the intro, change the game to I just want to love you. And like, that's my run right
Yeah,
there, brother.
can't be life, bro. Like
Mhm.
not like again, not a great Hove
Not the
album.
top.
I wouldn't consider it a classic at all, but like yeah, definitely have fond memories of that time period and that
Mhm.
album.
Yeah, how much is it, TK? You be paying for some other songs that I'm sure are very expensive. Just check on it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, nah. I just want to love you is one of those. I don't care when I hear it, always goes off, man.
Hard. I added that to my karaoke rotation. Very hard.
Listen, man, bro. Again, all of those verses, man. Like, bro, same song. I'm back. Been around the world, bro. Manson girls. That come on, bro. Hove was in his bag at that
Oh,
time.
was going crazy. I don't know what he was on. No, he had a point to prove. It was like a bunch of people were talking shit, and he came out and showed them. And the
Yeah,
reason it's not the greatest is because, or one of the greatest, is because it was a compilation album. Essentially, it
it's
wasn't
it's
a
a
full whole album.
it's a lot of posse cuts on there, and
Mm-hmm.
some of the features aren't great, but still,
Mm,
like that time period. I mean, Beans, every time he got on the record, he made the best of it. You can at least
absolutely.
say that. Beans was coming and trying to be a show stealer, man. He
Mm-hmm.
was trying to have match of the night on a lot of those.
And he was rapping with the who people were saying was the best rapper out at the time with Hove. He had to bring it, and he brought it.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Um,
But we digress.
absolutely. Jack Perry took on Mark Davis for the AEW National Championship. I really like this match. Very
Mhm.
physical match.
Yep.
Um, Jack, of course, coming in. I believe this is his first defense on pay per view of the national
Mhm.
championship. Um, Mark Davis, man, just continues to be impressive every time. I don't care who you put him in there with. At one point, he did that big move on the apron where he just dumped Jack down on his neck, and it looked disgusting. I was like, bro, we're just on the pre-show.
Careful.
I don't know if you need to go that hard on the pre-show. But again, really enjoyed this match.
I love that Tony feels like Tony Khan really loves him some Mark Davis, because Mark Davis has been put into some fantastic positions the last couple of weeks because he is incredible for matches just like this. Phil, do you need a physical one? Do you need somebody to overcome a big burly villain in Mark Davis? You got it in this match. Jack Perry is locked in. I was there at the GCW show, him coming out. There's an aura around him, Phil. He's walking around like walking on water at this point. This guy is locked in. This championship is adding something extra. He's gonna start to become one of the best baby faces in this company just because of whatever he's doing right now. When he starts his comeback in the match and he's going 1,000 miles per hour and his hair's flipping, starts to Hurricane Rana, and he's just doing that. It's like, I don't know if there's a lot of people better than Jack that could do this right here. In 1980, 88, this guy would have been the hottest babyface in the world. Like, he just exudes that kind of older rock and roll express style energy. So I thought, I maybe wanted to see Ricochet continue on as champion, but I'm liking what Jack's been doing so far, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Jack had his swagger back, man.
He does.
That time period as a heel, like we don't have to revisit some of that. I feel
What
like
truck?
Jack as a babyface has just been so much fun. The way he wrestles as a babyface, the confidence he's coming out there with, is just totally different, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fun to watch. Like I said, this was a great title defense for him. Of course, he picked up the win. Um, yeah, very curious to see what they do with him next. When you see the reaction to him, like you said at the GCW show, it makes you want to see him do what this belt was meant to do and travel around defending this belt at indie promotions.
I'd like it. I think it'd be dope. Seeing that reaction, everybody outside would like to see Jack more. And I think he's a really good person to do it because he still needs reps. I mean, he's been in here for a long time, but he still needs to get to that champion main event level. And I think this is the way to do it.
Yeah. See, Desi's right there with it. Desi says, I have never been outside. I just want to love you comes on. That whole place wasn't rocking. Listen, man,
Mm-hmm.
I've been several places outside at barbecues. I don't care when. Hey, when that hit, I'm like, hey, man, nah, it's lit. I don't care what y'all talking about over there. It's lit over here, bro.
A jam, dude. A Neptune's beat. Come on.
Bro, might be an all timer Neptune's beat too, bro.
Like, when I think of the Neptunes, I think of that sound. You know what I mean? I think of that
Yeah.
vibe. Like, that's like the perfect Neptunes beat.
Nah, it absolutely were people during that time period going in there like, hey, let me
Let me
get
get
that
that
kind of beat. Let me get the beat you lace Hove with. Let me get one of those,
with the sounds. The doo doo. Let me get that.
bro.
Great song.
Great song, classic song. Again, might not be a classic album, but it definitely has some classic Hove moments on it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the Divine Dominion took on the team of Hyon and Maya World for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship to close out Zero Hour. Starting this match, the champions were dominating. I thought this was going to be just a squash match, and to my surprise, this ended up being a very competitive match.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it kind of like summarizes Maya and Hyon's addition to this division and
Absolutely.
how much like they have brought to the table, how well they work together as a tag team, and people might think of them as two women that came in as extras, and that was kind of it. And every time they really turn heads. I thought Maya World in particular was incredibly impressive in this
Yeah.
match. She was fantastic. That springboard moonsault to the outside, some of her big hot tags and comeback spots in the ring were great. Yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah, I didn't know that their chemistry was going to be like this so quickly, but it makes a lot of sense because, like, when we talked to Maya, they traveled the roads of Texas together. They've been in a lot of the same locker rooms. So her and Hyan being together and locking in like this, I'm like, oh yeah, of course they was. They kind of been through the same thing, so it will make sense they kind of work the same. Maya though, like, the first
Man,
time I ever saw her, I got the same exact feeling as when I saw Willow for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, I here it is. We got another one that gets it. We got another one that has charisma. We got another one that is just having fun. It looks like it is another important aspect of pro wrestling. Of like, I'm in here and I could get murdered by these two giant women, but I'm having the time of my life. I'm working. I'm moving quickly. I'm bumping. I'm selling. Like, Maya really understands what it is and how to maximize every minute of that. But Divine Dominion, Phil, like every time I see them, when I saw their interview with Renee, I was like, they might have to carry these championships for forever at this point because they look amazing with it.
bro.
And when they start to get into their chronic APA double choke slam, double power bomb shit, I'm like, oh, these women are incredible.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, there were several points throughout this match where I was just like, I don't know who's beating them. Like they're just
Like what?
they're just they're too dominant. They're too big, too strong, and then they both like are deceptively fast and agile
Fast.
for their size as well. Like it's crazy. Uh,
Fast.
yeah, they looked fantastic. They look amazing together. I think it was the Public Enemies Twitter page that called them Team Snoo Snoo because they look like two like big Amazons.
Absolutely. Incredible. Kind of want to see them against some of the men's tag teams, dog. Like, what we doing?
But yeah, they, to no surprise, they picked up the win here. I came away after this match like, dang, I kind of wish they gave them the spot on the main card because they killed it.
Mm-hmm. This would have fit pretty well on the main card.
Yeah, yeah. I saw quite a few people complaining that there was only one women's match on the main card. And I think that's a valid criticism.
Always is.
I do think it's good that we did get an angle for the TBS title here with Willow. They did do some stuff with Camille, and I do think like Alex Windsor versus Marina, and then this tag match was much better than I expected it to be. But I just kind of wish one of these matches landed on the main card. I know that's tough because it is a long show, but yeah, it's a very valid criticism. I saw some people like getting upset at people saying, "Well, what's the problem? Y'all complain about everything," and it's just like, no, I think at this point, people have good reason to want more from the women's division and want more for the booking of the women's division.
Definitely. It's always a valid criticism, I think, Phil. But then when you see stuff like last night and they knock it out of the park in every situation, it's like, it's even more valid. This is exactly what
Yeah,
people are talking
yeah,
about. If this was on the pay-per-view, then imagine how it would have hit. Because I saw the people being like, well, a lot of people are watching the pre-show and they get the first eyes before it gets to the pay-per-view. And it's like, yeah, but also if they were on the pay-per-view, a lot more eyes would have been on them. And these women are trying to do something incredible. They just need the opportunity.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, and you're in such a tricky situation with Tony having to take time off.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes has been off TV, and so there's a void for somebody to step up, and you just got to give these women the opportunities. I
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's just no getting around it. You've got to give these women the opportunities, and you see like with Tekla in particular, when you've given her more opportunities, what she's done with that. So,
Mm-hmm.
you just gotta keep giving women the spots on the main card or giving them more opportunities like this.
Yep. That's the only way.
Yeah. Uh, Open the main show with whoa, a banger of an opening match. The Young Bucks versus Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita. Man, what a match!
Unbelievable, Phil. I mean, believable because it's four of the greatest wrestlers that exist in the world, but unbelievable that on a show like this, such action packed, that they started out this hot. The storytelling in this, coupled with the insane spots and insane action, just made for an amazing match. The Young Bucks were in rare form in this. Like Nick Jackson, we know you guys. Like we talk about it very often, incredible talent. Like some of the combinations he was hitting in this match, he'd flip over to Takeshita and catch Okada with the kick. Then he's back to Takeshita with an arm drag, and he's flipping over the top. I'm like, no, Nick Jackson is not playing with y'all, Phil. He is serious out here every single time. Matt's incredible too, like I talked about earlier, still selling his back after 10, 15 years every time something like that happens. So many incredible just dives and sequences, but it felt like the real bulk and story of this match was Takeshita and Okada trying not to tear each other apart at every corner.
Yeah, this is essentially a how can they coexist match on a pay
Yeah.
per view. But I thought they got the best out of that story. I thought they got the best out of these wrestlers because the Young Bucks as a tag team, we already know how they give it up. But you're going against two world champion caliber wrestlers on their own. You're going against essentially a super team.
Yep.
You're two former IWGP heavyweight champions on the same team. And every time you would get the two of them against one of them, it showed. It looked like you had a tag team going against like a heavyweight, and they were out of their weight class. And I thought all of that stuff worked well. We saw also how they played up the fact that the Bucks and Okada used to be the elite, and how they're very familiar with each other.
Love
the fact
that.
that they were prepared for Okada's drop kick right away. Okada was also prepared for some of their tandem offense because he's so used to them. He's so used to working with them. I thought that stuff played off well. Okada, though, man, not just a fantastic big match wrestler, but all the personality in the world. Hilarious guy.
Clowning the whole time.
Yeah, when they countered his drop kick and he landed flat on his back, his reaction to it was hilarious. His reaction to some of the stuff which Kester throughout the match was also very funny. He brought his bit from being the elite to the pay-per-view of him stealing the Bucks gear and wearing it. That was hilarious. Standing up on the apron and acting like he was the Buck and doing the pose like him and everything. All of that was very funny.
Clowning the entire time. He was having the time of his life, trolling Takeshita. But then when he would turn into Okada, it like he does in every match, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot he can do that. But yeah, that aspect that you talked about, Phil, was one of my favorite things of the matchup. Every time Okada tried to hit a drop kick, the Bucks were like, nope, not falling for that, not gonna be there, not springboarding into that. Like just around every corner, he kept getting outsmarted, and it kept pissing him off anymore. And I think that was playing into the story with Takeshita too, because Takeshita kept catching them, and Okada be like, well, damn, like, why can't I catch a break over here? Like, fuck this fool. Like, I just love that story element.
Yeah, it's like being on a team with Jordan, and you've seen this guy do this move every time and use the fadeaway, and every time they're like, no, 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 nope, 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 I'm not letting you do that to us. I've seen you do that to other people, and in the night for them, you're not doing that to us.
And Okada was on fire with the drop kicks throughout this whole thing. So yeah, when it got down to it broke down between the two, and the crowd's going crazy, and they're going elbow for elbow, forearm for forearm. Like, we've been waiting for this for a long time, you guys. We are excited about this. We want this to happen. But this was a crazy match, you guys. Like the pacing of this, the moves, the selling, the strikes. Takeshita, when he turns into Takeshita mode and he's knocking dudes out, it's like it might not even matter that him and Okada are beefing. He's gonna knock one of these guys out for real.
Yeah, like you said, great pacing. Okada from the jump as well, doing his entrance with the Don Callis family Letterman jacket on. Takeshita just comes out with his regular gear. Okada's just coming out there like, oh, you don't have one of these? Oh, sorry. But not shaking Takeshita's hand to start the match, and you think like that's going to set the tone. But these guys actually worked pretty well for most of the match.
They did.
So much so when they were working in tandem together and they did shake hands, it was like, oh, this might be okay. I absolutely love that there wasn't like this big incident that made Okada turn on him. There wasn't like this breakdown of communication. There wasn't like something serious that happened. All he did was back into him on accident. And he was just like, all right, enough. And then just start hitting him with forearms. It wasn't like he accidentally hit him with a move or something. All he did was back into him. He was just like, why are you in the ring with me, basically? Like, get out of here, dog. So that set up them hitting each other with the forearms. Takeshita accidentally hit him with the knee strike, and Takeshita was literally like, "Oh, oops, that was a mistake." But Okada hits Takeshita with a rainmaker. He didn't care at all. He looked down at him like, get out of here, basically.
Got you.
I don't even know why you're in here. But yeah, that set up the closing stretch of this match. Some of the counters in the closing stretch of this were fantastic. Like I said, Okada was ready for a lot of the tag team maneuvers. They really were ready for the Meltzer driver, and that should have been the end of the match. Takeshita grabbed grabbed Buck's foot. I believe it was Matt that was on the apron. Grabbed Matt's foot. It's not gonna let him do the Meltzer driver. Then he looked around like, wait a minute. No, go
Do
ahead
it.
and finish dude off. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all later. He remembered what happened to him in matches before where he just let him get clobbered by something. He's just like, nah, go ahead and finish him off. The Bucks hit Okada with the Meltzer driver to pick up the win. I thought this was a perfect finish. The Bucks looking around confused, like, oh, that's how he won? Okay, well, see you guys later. That's your problem.
Mhm.
And Takeshita walking up, very proud of himself after this. Don Callis is pissed. Okada is pissed. I thought that this was perfect. We've already set up the double or nothing match in the
It's there.
backstage segment. So Takeshita's just like, look, I never really wanted to be in this tag team anyway. Like, I was just going through the motions, but you know what I really
Hmm.
want. And we got the backstage segment, which was hilarious. Don Callis is basically like, explain yourself, Takeshita. What happened out there? And Takeshita flips Okada's thing on his head. Oh, that happened? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, phenomenal finish. I thought really putting the bow on this story that we're officially going to get the match. I thought was great. Don Callis standing up saying, "What the hell was that?" After it was all over, like I
Very
like.
funny.
I loved all of it. We're finally getting the match. Bucks got a big victory. They've been
Yes.
losing on pay-per-view and stuff. Like this was a great way to start the show.
Yeah. Fantastic match. Like,
Hmm.
incredible opening match. I don't think you could have asked for a better open to this show.
No.
Action packed. And it really set the tone for the rest of the show. Like I said, I think the pacing of the show worked because the first four matches or so were so good.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, send us in your super chats. That is the best way to get your chat read on the stream. Uh, we got one for Van Twinblade. He says, A AE Dub ain't no reason to watch Mania because last night was the best show of the week. All hell MJF.
Come on. This is where these are two separate things. This has no bearings on what WrestleMania is. LOL. Just kidding. Yeah, no, a phenomenal show, phenomenal pacing. They set the pace for what this week's going to be.
Yes, yes, yes. Up next, we have Ricochet versus Chris Jericho, and a match that was much better than I expected it to be. I didn't know what we were getting out of this. The Vancouver crowd reacted very well to Jericho throughout.
Hmm.
Um, and I thought Jericho wrestled a pretty good match. I don't think a lot of people had an issue with, Jericho as an in-ring performer.
No.
I just think it was a lot of the stuff that he was doing. Like, it just felt like a lot of storyline elements, some of the stuff he was bringing to ring from his storylines and gimmicks he was trying to get over. It just kind of felt like overkill sometimes. This was again showing like once you ring the bell and you just let him do a straightforward match, he can still deliver.
Yeah, because there's a couple matches before he left, like with Bandito and some things where I was like, oh, he can still work. That's not really the issue. It's just the extracurriculars. It's just having some young guy attached to him that's in the Jericho vortex. Like there's some things we just didn't want. What we really want is Jericho against a young guy, having a fun match, putting somebody over, and looking like he can still go with the top guys in the company. And coming back against Ricochet was the perfect way to go. Really fun match, unexpected result in this. I
Yeah.
thought that Ricochet was pretty incredible throughout. I mean, who's really surprised? The way that he bumps and sells throughout, the way that he jaws with the fans, like he just is always in the right place at the right time as a pro wrestler. And Chris Jericho, man, he had some bits in here. The code breaker out of the shooting star press, I thought was pretty incredible. Them kind of using the lion salt as the thread throughout this match of Chris Jericho didn't go for it. Ricochet is known to use it. He's used that move for a really long time. So kind of using that I thought was fun. But if you want to come back, Phil, and get back in the good graces of AEW fans, this is how you do it, especially in front of the Canada crowd, like you said, that was really giving it up to him throughout the whole match.
Yeah. When he did hit the lion salt at one point in the match and he got that big pop from the crowd, I laughed pretty hard at that. Um, what a guy. Uh, definitely hammed it up sometimes in this match when he was
Absolutely.
doing the hair over Ricochet's head and like, look, he has hair now. Look. Yeah, I was
Still
like,
Chris Jericho.
very very Chris Jericho elements to this match. But yeah, like you said, Ricochet and the Demand I thought worked very well as a foil here for Chris Jericho. Um, every time Toa and Khan had a chance, they kept sneaking in, getting their licks in, trying to help Ricochet win. Ricochet having this what did I do look every time was very funny. Every time the camera was up close and Ricochet would start talking trash or doing something silly, I was like, yeah, this character is really some of the best stuff Ricochet has ever done, and he hasn't
Mhm.
missed a beat in ring. He's just so great. Um, yeah, some of his facial expressions in this match were hilarious.
Yeah,
But
him adding that the kind of online character to his in-ring character is the element it's always been kind of missing, I think, as a TV character. Phil, he's finally becoming the complete Ricochet.
yes. But yeah, it definitely felt like at several turns it was like, oh man, you can still deliver in ring, Jericho, but no, I do
Not like
this, and
this.
all of this
Yeah.
is like all of this stuff you used to do. I can do it effortlessly. I can do that and better. Um, like bro, that shooting star press he did, even though he countered, I was like, bro, there's Ricochet doing high flying moves, and then there's everybody else. And I hate it every time we were having these conversations when he was with WWE, and people were like, "Oh, he's just a high flyer." Oh no, no, no. There again, there's what he does, and there's whatever everybody else is doing as high flyers. No, this guy is a special talent, bro.
That's when I knew that people didn't understand high flying when they would say that. Oh, Ricochet's just a high fly. I'm like, oh, you guys don't get it at all. Like, look at how he does it. Look at how when other people are in matches against him, how they do it. Like, it's just a different world than where we come from. He does it so effortlessly and so easily. Shooting star press, 450 splashes, that moonsault he does over the ropes, like all the things he does. And he doesn't have to feel like
No,
they're for fun.
yeah. To that point, as a heel, he'll still do the high flying stuff, but he'll deny you the entire match until he feels like doing it, and then when he does it, it's just like the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Like, why don't you just do that all the time? Because I don't have to. I don't have to.
Mhm.
Y'all want to see some flips? No, I'm not getting that.
Yes, Ricochet, we do.
Y'all not getting that. Y'all don't appreciate me, so y'all not getting no flips. I'll do a flip when I want to do a flip. But yeah, man, this bro, uh, I did not have high expectations for this match. I thought it delivered. Like you said, I thought the finish was great. Setting up the spirit gun out of the corner. Ricochet hits that. Could have just pinned him after that, and then decided to be even more petty. Hit him with his own move, the Lion Salt. Pinned him. 1, 2, 3. Ricochet beat Chris Jericho. The right outcome here. I
Yes.
did not think this was going to be outcome. When we talked about it on the predictions, I was for sure like, oh, Chris Jericho's just going to win. It's his first match back. And surprise, surprise, Ricochet picked up the win. I implore you now, just move on. Don't go
Please.
back. Don't keep doing rematches. This is what happened all the other times with Jericho and what people started describing as the Jericho Vortex. Don't keep doing the matches. Don't keep Ricochet attached to this guy. No, just move on. Don't we don't need a rematch. Just keep moving. Just keep moving forward.
This is the real test, Phil. This is the test. How do you finish this up? Ricochet, because I thought same prediction. I'm like, there's no way Jericho's going to lose on his comeback match. That's just not how Jericho works. There's going to be this. There's going to be hoops. There are all these things. He came back, lost the match, pretty clean in the middle of the ring. Let's just move forward. That's it. Ricochet did it because I was of the thing of Phil of you've been out for a year. How do you come back and beat one of the best guys on the roster? What does that look like? Ricochet's been here grinding every week. Ricochet should beat you in this match. And so the fact that he did, I think is great. But yes, this is the real test. How do you follow this up? Because if on Wednesday you're doing a 15-minute promo in the ring with Ricochet, I'm out of here.
Please. Yeah, please. We
Okay.
got another we got another super chat from Lil MT Shocker. Uh, says the best women's tag team match, not including Monet or Athena. I
Mm,
absolutely agree. I
hmm
thought that the tag match on 0 Hour was really really good. Um, I think it's a great sign moving forward for Divine Dominion as a tag team. I was saying when Willow and Harley were still champions, I was like, I feel like you got to reset. I think the move is to put the
Reset.
belts on them and to really build around them. And so far, so good. If this is a sign of what's to come, I'm in.
Yeah, the energy and pace at which these ladies have been moving, not in just in this match, but in the couple of tag matches that they have. I'm like, yes, this is what these tag team championships should be about. This is the energy that women need to bring to really establish these championships, and you just have to put the right pieces in there. And I think they're finally starting to figure it out.
Yeah. And it's not really that Willow and Harley were bad champions.
No,
I would prefer for Willow to make being a singles wrestler her focus, and whoever you're going to have as your tag champions, make that the focus for that team instead of like
yes.
doing a dual championship thing.
hmm So we can have multiple things on the show. That's the only way.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I thought this was the right move moving forward.
hmm
Um, I don't know if I could save match of the night because the opener was so good, but definitely my favorite match on this card was Darby Allin versus Andrade. Oh my God, this was incredible. I don't know how many times I have to sing the praises of Andrade, but this guy is just
Unreal.
fantastic, bro. There's so many matches already. We're just in April, and there's so many matches I could name this year that are some of my favorite matches of this year that include Andrade. He's just been on an incredible tear in ring. The character stuff is working. Um, yeah, nah, you gotta give this guy a big win at some point. I didn't expect him to win this match, but I came away at the end like, yeah, what are we waiting for? This guy is just too good, bro. He's just too good. But with that said, I also came away from this match feeling like Darby is kind of underrated as a wrestler. I think people have this perception of him because he does all these big crazy bumps, and people want to make him out to be like a crash dummy, and he does all of this big, dangerous, unnecessary stuff. But he's also very technically sound. He's incredibly dynamic in ring. There's an attention to detail in a lot of what he does. Um, that it's just like everything feels impactful. It feels like it means something. He throws his body into all of his moves, and it feels like it not just is dangerous and it's gonna impact the other person, but it's like you're hurting yourself
Yeah.
to add like the most impact to all of these moves. And he did that multiple times in this match, and it should have hurt him, but this was a Darby match in the best way possible.
He's nuts. That's pretty much the only way to define what Darby Allen is to this company, to himself, to wrestling. Like some of the spots he did specifically in this match, he did one of Samoa Joe's worst bumps of all time in TNA by doing a drop kick on stairs to knock Andrade down. It's like what it's like that's what one was early in the match that they didn't even really get to the shits before he was already going crazy. Yeah, they try to describe Darby as like this crash test dummy car crash wrestler who is only destroying his body and doesn't really have psychology in his matches, and they're totally wrong. Those are people that have never seen Darby Allin matches. Like he does crazy stuff. Like I'm screaming when I'm watching his matches. I'm afraid all the time, but it's all for a reason. It's all pointed. It's all for something. It's all for the story in the match. And a lot of this was crazy shit in this match, but it was for the story of the match. Like them eventually getting back to the ring and Andrade hitting the I like to call it the spider pose on the ropes, and Darby just darts his body out into Andrade, but he takes Andrade out, Phil, but he wipes out on the ground. Like you would like that could have
Yeah.
been the end of the match for Darby, and I would have been like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. He's dead. But that isn't it. Like that fuels him. He turns into somebody different when his body starts being flown around. Like he is just another level, and we'll get into what this stuff is going to lead to. Andrade, I had a prediction at one point that he was going to win this match, dude. I was just like, maybe just give it to Andrade because, like, we want the MJF stuff still. Like, this could lead to something, and he's incredible. In this match, some of the strikes, some of the kicks, some of the all the stuff he was doing to Darby, I'm like, could you not kill Darby? Like, we like this guy. You don't have to end his career right here doing this. Just two of the most dynamic, fast-paced, psychology understanding wrestlers combining their two powers together. This match was crazy. Feel like I think it was my match of the night just because there were so many moments that I genuinely reacted to. Like I'm in this match as not a podcast guy, as not a commentator, as a genuine fan. There were so many moments in this match that made me feel like that.
Yeah. Just a fantastic clash of styles. I thought that they worked very well together. Um, yeah, but I mean that's part of like Andrade's resume this year. Like the variety of different guys he's had
Sick.
great matches like this with, and he's adapted to all of these guys' style. Like he's just been tremendous. Some of the counters in this match, like that, the counter off the top rope where it looked like Andrade was trying to do whatever that Death Valley or like off the top rope, and Darby countered that into crossface out of nowhere. I was like, just the timing of that. How did you pull that off?
These two guys are flying in the air. Like Andrade's body, he looked like he was flying. That was crazy.
Yeah, just incredible. The counter out of that Code Red, and it looks like it looks like Darby is about to be ready for it. Andrade throws that feint kick he does, and just smoothly comes with the back elbow right afterwards. I was like, bro, what? Just
how
amazing, bro. Bro, so many like crazy feats like that. Andrade doing like a suplex and holding Darby up while he walks up the stairs with him and just sitting him on the apron like it's nothing. Like
to flex for a woman.
Just amazing. To flex. And so I laughed very hard because of just everything about the idea of what Darby is as a wrestler. He's doing like these crazy, ridiculous spots. He's done all this hardcore stuff. Like he's doing all this like punk rock crazy stuff, the makeup and everything. It's legitimately scaring the hose music. And then Andrade is doing a selfie bit and everything, and he literally scared the hose. He came off the top rope and did this big crazy splash, and the woman ran away like, "Whoa, let me get out of here."
It's just so funny because like I'm picturing like at a house party, like Andrade's in the kitchen, like salsa dancing with the hose, like it's a good vibe. And then Darby comes in, there's like fire. He's throwing
metal music playing. Bro.
It's just great. That's exactly what the vibe is. Like, what is wrong with this guy, man? He's nuts. Yeah, when he came off, when Andrade's trying to get his selfie bit off, and Darby comes from what feels like the ceiling with this coffin drop, and he just hits so hard. It's like, this guy is crazy. And there was another dive in this match where it looked like he skated across Andrade's head. Like he just like glid across into the announce table. And I was like, I think Darby's dead, you guys.
Bro, when he set Andrade up in a chair in front of the announce table and then does the drop kick from the ring, and like the way he landed after that drop kick, yeah, it looked like it hurt. It hurt Andrade, but the way he landed and wiped out after it, I was like, dude, come on, dog.
Come on.
What are you doing? just crazy landing. The way he like ragdolls his body around, like it's just amazing. But I think that also is what makes like his tenacity in ring work even more, because it's how are you taking all of this? How are you taking all this damage from me? How are you taking all this damage you're doing to yourself and still fighting? Where is all of this coming from? And that absolutely affected Andrade at several points. It's just like, who is this guy? Why won't he go away? It don't matter what I hit him with. He just keeps coming back. And by the end of the match, he ends up picking up the win. And Andrade's looking around like, I don't know what else I needed to do to beat this guy. And of course, the story coming in is that Andrade was paid by MJF. Andrade paid the Don Callis family to get Darby out of the way. And Darby has been gunning for MJF for weeks, but at the same time, Andrade has been like, no, I want my match with this guy. I want
Yep.
to challenge for the belt. Why am I in this side quest where I don't even care about this kid? And I think across the feud, Darby's been like, hey, why are you being this guy's little bitch? Why are you taking money to be in something that ain't got nothing to do with you? And by the end of this match, he came around and he respected Darby. He's like,
Mhm.
nah, this kid's all right. Why am I even in this? This guy is bound to turn babyface. I knew at one point when they were doing the Don Callis family stuff with him, I was like, okay, Takesha's gonna leave. Who else is leaving with him? And who else is gonna coincidentally leave at the same time? I think it's gonna be Andrade too. It's only a matter of time.
When I was in the crowd, Phil, at Revolution, and I was yelling for this man to take his pants off, that's when I knew. I was like, "There's this guy can't be a heel. What do you mean? I'm yelling for him to take his pants off. This is crazy. We are somewhere in a different level. Andrade is. It was undeniable just because the in-ring action is so great. Like, how do
Yeah.
you? I can't boo this guy after seeing what he's done against Bandito and Amazing Red and now Darby. Like, in what world would I be like, nope, this guy sucks? He does it at no point. He's incredible. He's awesome. And this match was fire. I thought that after that great counter into the elbow, he's smiling while pinning Darby. Like, this is a good time. Like, most of the time, he's just like, I'm just having a good time, G. Like, I'm flexing out here. Girls think I'm fly. Like, I'm just about to beat this guy. But Darby being like, I will do anything. I will go through anybody. I will kill myself to become AEW World Champion is the story. So him getting the victory made a ton of sense.
Yeah, big win for Darby.
Mm-hmm.
That set up his backstage segment later, where he reiterated that his focus is on winning the world title. So he would be watching the main event carefully. Kenny or Max, he's going to be the next opponent. We got the announcement after the show, which we'll talk about as well.
Mm-hmm.
Match has been made official at this point. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to think about that. I think um, the other thing I thought about throughout this match is Darby is one of the best TV wrestlers this company has, and I think he
Absolutely.
like cemented that as TNT champion. Like every time they gave him that belt and he got those main events on TV, he smashed it. When he's been in like random TV matches with Takeshita or Samoa Joe or all these people, he always knocks it out the park.
Yep.
And I've seen people say like, "What is the ceiling for him? What do you do with him as world champion?" Um, I don't think he needs like this long reign, but if you do something like make this guy champion on TV like you did Mick Foley and give him a stretch of matches that are just dynamic to him, I think that that can work. Because he's not that kind of guy that I think you need to be like, make him the face of the company, send him out to all the talk shows and all this stuff. But like I said, he's such a phenomenal television wrestler that you can get a lot of mileage out of that as world champion.
I think that you need guys that are the alternative to that. Like, I don't want to see Darby as AEW World Champion sitting next to Jimmy Fallon or doing
No.
some red carpet. I want to see Darby Allin with the AEW World Championship with Bam doing jackass stuff or doing stunts somewhere. I want to see him taking that championship to the crazy places he's been, skydiving with the AEW World Championship. Like, that's what he's going to represent in this moment. And it's an interesting time. After that promo, I got pretty hyped, Phil, because it was like, I thought that this was going to lead to Darby versus MJF at Double or Nothing, but him being like, I don't want to wait for our lives to be over, and let's have this championship match on Wednesday. It's in Seattle. Like, all the elements are there, Phil. I was like, oh shit, I think we might have something here. I didn't know that we were going to get here, but we got here.
Yeah, I think that adds a very different element to this because when
Mm-hmm.
we did our predictions, I was like, it's very clear that they're setting Darby up as the next challenger. But this whole time, I've been thinking that's the next big pay per view match. The fact that it's happening on Wednesday, Spring Breakthrough, the way they've really been trying to position Spring Breakthrough as this big show during WrestleMania week, you got a chance to do like a big newsworthy surprise. That adds a lot to this, man. A whole lot.
And to your point, Phil, I think Darby doesn't need to have a 4 year long ass reign with all these accolades. When you look back on a championship reign, you just look at how many defenses these people have. Some people have four defensive, five defenses, a couple defensive. If Darby's the champion and he gets four defenses on TV and they're awesome, that's enough. Like that's going to make it.
Yeah.
He can do this for a bit. He's going to be AEW champion again, but I don't think it has to be the super long thing. And
Yeah.
time might be now.
And you've got so many ways to go about that. You've got collision now. You
Mm-hmm.
you can easily give this guy 3 or 4
Exactly.
defenses in the next few weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I when he said that and then the announcement was made, I was like, oh, interesting.
Hold on.
Yeah. Uh, which again, we'll have more to talk about in a second with that.
Mhm.
FDR versus Cope and Cage for the AEW World Tag Team Championship was also pretty good. Like I said, so far so good. 4 matches in, uh, all of these matches hit. You can say what you want about these guys, bro. FDR, bro, they deliver, bro. Every time, man. They're so good. I don't care who you put them in there with. They're just so good. And I've seen so many people say, "Well, it depends on the dance partner." Hey, man,
No, I don't.
they done had a lot of very different dance partners. The thing that's the same in all of these matches is them.
It's
Like
them.
they are really who they say they are, bro. And there was a lot of we are who we say we are in this match. Dax Harwood as a heel is tremendously entertaining.
Mhm.
The way he talks trash, like the way he gets in the fans' faces, bro, hilarious. At one point, he had Christian on the announce table and he's slamming his arm down. And he's like, "How does that feel? How does that feel, huh? We are the best." Hilarious, bro. After the match as well, when he's walking around slamming the title belt literally into people's face when he's walking past them. Fucking hilarious, bro.
Yes. I tell people I've been saying on shows the only thing that goes against FTR is time. If you give these guys 20 plus minutes in a match, they're knocking it out of the park. No
Yes.
matter who's across from them. If they get to build on a match, if they get to establish what the story is, if they get you to what the hot finishes and the false finishes are going to be, it's easy. And that's exactly what this match was. They were building upon building, heel heat on Cope and Christian. Hard way busted open. You could see it, Phil, in the replay. Cause like at one point, Cope is just bloody. And we're just like, well, what huh? Like what happened to him? And it's like he was a juicer, a really hard one. And I was like, I didn't think this match was gonna need that. Then they showed the replay of
Whew.
Cash hitting Cope with the tag team championship, and you can immediately see his head split wide open, and it just
Yeah.
luckily FTR loves this shit, and that adds to every one of their matches. If somebody's bleeding in the match, like that's just gonna add that extra element. And Cope turns into a different being too with the blood and trying to fight through that. I thought that it added an extra element to it. Christian being Christian throughout this match and just kind of slimy and trying to out heal these heels, I thought was tremendous. But like you're saying, Phil, Dax is he's bad. He's mean. He's crazy. Like everything that he does, this cutoffs when Cope and Christian thinking they're about to get back into it, the way that he talks shit to the fans, the way that he I love that the way that FTR communicates. Like you'll hear them yell out, Dax, I need you, or Cash, where are you? Like out loud. Like it's just a different element of tag team wrestling.
Yeah, it's just a certain level of grit that they bring to these matches. Like they can do all of these flashy things, and that's been really a part of their character since they were the revival. Like, yeah, we can do flashy stuff like all the rest of these things, but the rest of these guys, but everybody does that. We're just trying to go out there and beat people down and be as mean and nasty on the way out as well. And bro, it works so good as heels, bro. It worked so well for them. There were several parts throughout this match where they just kept doing vindictive things, and it just was incredibly funny to me. Um, all this stuff with Christian because coming from the episode of Dynamite where they Pillmanized Christian's arm, of course they continue to target that arm throughout this match. Stokely still has Christian's watch, and he's like waving it around. That stuff was great. But yeah, very old school style match as well. Just the way that they worked all of the heat spots in the match, the way that they cut off the ring and everything, very old school style. And I thought that that worked to a T with both of these guys. You can see that, like you said, with Cope. Once he started bleeding, you would have thought he was Ric Flair, bro. He was he, he was bringing all the energy. He was hulking up and like showing all of the tenacity, and I thought all of that added to this match, man. And the fact that nobody else really bled on this show, because AEW can have times where they do a lot of plunder matches on the show. They do a lot of blood, and I thought that that was stark here. That we didn't get a lot of that on the show. So when we did get blood and it was accidental, it was striking, and it didn't feel like it didn't fit.
Yeah, it really did feel old school. It felt like some of them fucking mid South Coliseum type rock and roll excess midnight express type shit where people are just going 1,000 miles per hour. But FTR just when it's that like it's hard to beat these guys. Another surprising finish here for me, Phil. Like I was expecting
Yeah,
Kofi and Christian to be the new AEW World Tag Team Champions here, and they did not do it. FTR came at the closing stretch of this. They locked into we're gonna rip these guys' heads off, and I was like, oh, I don't think they're gonna lose this match.
yes. They kept playing around in certain spots. Mocked the Young Bucks. Did a super kick party. Tried to do an FTR trigger. Very funny. But yeah, once they got into it, and it's like, hey, these guys are actually dangerous. This Cope guy, we busted him open. And the way that he got busted open was really on accident because Cash and Christian are doing the tug of the war with the belt on the outside, and Cash rips it away and accidentally hits Cope in the face with the belt. And yeah, you could see it really caught him on replay. It looked filthy. Yeah, that played out well because once Christian started bleeding and he started doing the big spots, he did the big double spear and he had like the false finish where he kicked out, and I thought all that stuff made Cope look cool. But
The
yeah,
crowd was hot.
once they were looking around, like, wait, this guy's dangerous. Like we've done all this stuff to this guy. He's in here bleeding like a stuffed pig. We still can't get rid of this guy. We got to finish these guys off. So, oh, by the way, also Christian throwing Stoke in the ring to break up the pin.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. But yeah, the closing stretch where they threw Christian out of the ring and he landed on that arm and rolled into the timekeepers. Yeah, it was like, yeah, he's out.
They wiped that guy out, brother.
He's out. He's not coming back. And at that point, they have Cope isolated in the ring, bloody. He's kicking out of everything. But yeah, once they hit that final shatter machine. That was it. 1, 2, 3. FDR is still your AEW World Tag Team Champions.
What?
They're clearly building to another match with the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
I can't tell if this is like a one-on-one match. Maybe we get that at Double or Nothing, and the Bucks end up beating them, and then that leads to the Bucks versus Christian and Cope. Or if we get a triple threat at some place, I think both options work. If we get like a triple threat out of this, and it's of course an homage to TLC, wouldn't be mad at that as well. Of course, they probably can't call it TLC. Well, not even probably. They can't call it TLC, but there's enough homages here because. Yeah, Christian and Cope at one point did a 3D. So, yeah, I could see this ending up being a triple threat match, and I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Yeah, because I thought that they were gonna get to Bucks, Cope, and Christian at All In, and then I was like, maybe they'll get to it at Double or Nothing. But now I don't know what is the Double or Nothing match gonna be. Bucks and FTR for the belts, like. Do you get to, like you're saying, the triple threat match? Because I see most people are saying the TLC idea. Like most people's like, that's the idea, do the triple threat match. But you got to get a 2-on-2 with Bucks and Edge and Christian or Cope and Christian before that to get to that. So when does that happen? Like, I don't know. I like
Yeah.
it though. Getting this match was completely different than the first match of the night, and I like that contrast because they're trying to tell the Bucks and FTR are trying to tell kind of the same story. But we're the fucking best, and we don't care about that other team, and we're gonna work our style. And I just love that element.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 pay-per-views in a row to start 2026. Tag division feels like it's on fire. It feels like a
Yeah,
big deal.
would have
Um,
thought.
the tag title match from last pay-per-view was really good. This tag title match was good. And then you opened the night with an excellent tag match as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're clicking all cylinders now. Very excited to see where they go from here with this tag division.
Tag team wrestling and the women's tag team match too. I'm like, listen, this is what this company is, you guys. That's why they do it so well. Keep doing it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got a few super chats here from Lil MT Shocker. Says, without Storm, the puzzle is harder. Pieces are there. Yeah,
Pieces are there.
absolutely. I just think they gotta keep giving the women opportunities and let the women develop.
Yeah, pieces are definitely though. That's the thing. Like you can do it with what you have here. You don't have to sign new people. You got the elements already on the roster. It's just that the opportunities.
Yes, yes. From Tim Ruzi, he says, "Love you, fave 2000s theme. Also, Dynasty, way better than Mania."
I'd say so. Um Wrestling?
Yeah, favorite 2000s theme. Trying to think what counts as a 2000s theme because there were still so many themes that were lingering from like the Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what counts as a 2000s wrestling theme?
I guess everything up to today counts too,
Yeah,
Or
trying
is
to
he just
think.
talking about the early aughts, as they say?
Yeah, odds.
um, I don't know. The '90s ones were the ones.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm trying to think like 2000s, of course, like probably Batista, Walk Alone is a 2000s theme.
Taste is pretty hot. That's a good one.
Um, yeah, every time I hear Christian come out, I think of the Evanescence song again. It's just a banger.
This is not because my friend is a big fan, but like Punk has a good lineup of themes.
I mean, Code of Personality is Code of
It's
Personality.
like, and
And I
even
guess,
Fire Burns too is fucking hard.
yeah. Listen, I know what Code of Personality represents for him, but like, it's certain vibes where Fire Burns come out, and I just think about like Money in the Bank 2011, and just like
Mhm.
that sound in that arena and Fire Burns, like I can't unhear it, and it gives goosebumps every time I hear it now. Like when they played it during his WrestleMania main event last year, I was just like, bro.
I don't know if that's the most hype that I've seen my friend, but it's pretty up there. That's how hyped he was at that time.
Yeah, and look, man, I think sometimes the worst thing that can happen for other people is when I feel like I'm in enemy territory, and there are a lot of anti-punk fans in general, and just in that vicinity, it was a lot of people all like, "That's your guy," and I was like, "Nah, bro, it's that time, bro, clobbering time. I ain't trying to do that."
Cover in time. I ain't trying to hear that. Nah, Phil was turning around. He was hoking up. I was like, nah, he hype right now.
I wasn't trying to hear that. Especially you got that video package. I was like, nah, fuck out of here. Man. Metalingus is a 2000s theme, isn't it?
Yeah. You can count that. Ooh,
Man, Metalingus might be, yeah, bro. Metalingus is a all-time top wrestling theme, bro.
yeah,
Like,
definitely,
can't
definitely.
get, but yeah,
Hmm.
can't get much better than that. I don't know if I have a fave. I guess. Yeah, 2000s.
Batista, yeah. I mean, that's probably one that I think about
Walk
the most.
Alone is Walk Alone is fire.
Hmm.
I don't want to speak cliche and say cult of personality, but it might be,
But
man.
like, come on.
It's punk. Bro. It's come on, dog. It's a black punk band, like Living Color. Come on, dog.
Even though he came back way too soon when he won the belt, and then we thought he was gone, and then he came back with fucking when he came back with that, and it's playing loud. It's like this song is hard, you guys. Like, Punk would be a different being without that song. So it's like, you know,
Listen, I know some people don't like my punk fandom, but again, him coming out to Cult of Personality for the first time, and they do that camera pan up, and the camera goes around him, and he's got like the ringer shirt on,
mm-hmm,
and like bro, and he does like the whole stare down, and they both have the belts up.
mm-hmm,
Bro,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
we don't have to
mm-hmm.
talk about where it went from there, but that
It
was an
was awful
incredible
after
moment.
that, but that moment was hard.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Tim Ruth also says this puzzle to All In is fire. See you
Yeah.
in London. Yeah, we've got a lot of building blocks up to All In at this point with the women's division, with like where we are with the world title scene. It's a good place to
The
be with
Owen.
the company. Yeah, I think that they have there's a lot of intrigue. They're keeping us guessing with a lot of things, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. It's a good time right now. We can go a couple of different ways, and they're all fun ways.
Yeah, yeah. We had the 10-man casino gauntlet match for the vacant AEW TNT Championship up next. Of
Another
course,
one.
coming into this show, Tommaso Ciampa had the number one spot, followed by Roosh following their match from Dynamite. Um, and I thought, yeah, this is Tommaso Ciampa's match to win. Like the way that they focused on Ciampa, the way it feels like they cut his title reign off too soon. Yeah, it felt like this is it. This is his match to win, and it set up one of the most pleasant surprises of the night.
Yeah, I think we both predicted that Tommaso was going to win in this. And even coming into the match, again, I was like, yeah, because like every time the action would get hot, Tommaso would come in steaming, and I'd be like, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Tommaso's about to do it. But yeah, no, this match was so much fun because with every entrant, I kept being like, oh, I think I want this guy to win. Like they started out with Tommaso. I'm like, if he wins, that'd be hard. Roosh comes out. I'm like, damn, if Roosh wins, I'd be super into that. Then 3 is Bandito, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe just give it to Bandito. I think. Like I don't, I don't know. And
yeah,
then they bring out Speedball, and I'm like, okay, y'all playing at this point. Like any one of these people would be amazing in that position because it's a big void to fill for Kyle Fletcher. Phil.
yes, um, yeah. A lot of lucha libre in this match. I thought that worked very well. For people that like the flippy stuff, that like lucha libre, there was a lot here that worked. But yeah, just starting off the match with Champa and Roosh, I thought that they had a great exchange. Roosh again continues to hit people very hard and like stomp on them and be very disrespectful. When he was chopping Champa in the corner and stomping him out and yelling in his face, "Chinga tu madre," I was like, "Yo, all right, all right."
Yeah, the early strike exchanges between Roosh and Tommaso were like, oh, these guys are fighting for reals. I think like Roosh still he's in that class of this is wrestling, Roosh. Like this guy's
Yeah,
not y'all are not in a actual try to kill this guy fight, but he doesn't know that because every time he's throwing strikes, every wrestlers are running away from Roosh in the match. Like you can see them look this way and be like, I ain't going over there. This guy's
this,
nuts, dog. He's
this
nuts.
guy's out his mind. Yeah, everybody that came in the ring at that point, he was again just letting him have it. Bandito came in third, and like Roosh was on his neck as soon as he came in. Again, hitting him with the chops. Bandito's trying to go back and forth with him in the chops, and I was like, again, I don't know if you want to play with this guy, bro. Again, he's beating people up, cursing them out in Spanish when he's doing it. Fantastic stuff. Speedball was up next. Speedball is a guy that I would not have mind winning this match as well
Would
at
have been
all.
all in.
Thinking about the way I was saying the Dynasty theme earlier when he came out, I immediately thought of the Most Def record, Speedball from Ecstatic. Underrated album, by the way. Uh,
Super underrated. The song with him and Slick Rick, I listen to that song all the time.
yeah, Life in Marvelous Times, like that. Don't get me started in hip hop conversation. What a great album. Yeah, yeah. That man, Speedball is fantastic. Man, El Clone, bro. You're talking about a guy that just moves different, dynamic, like
Another
he just
one.
effortlessly cool, comes out there, is wrestling with the gold chain on, hits you with the bro, that shit is fire, bro. I'm like, hey, I like hologram, man, but I'm like, yo, El Clone is fire, bro.
See, that's the thing. Hologram is hard, but El Clone is fly though. Like he come out, he
Bro,
moving all crazy. He dropping people with sweeps and shit, and he just double stomping people's back. I'm like, listen, this guy. We knew it when they announced who was going to be in there. I was like, oh, this guy is going to change the game. And the way he just has such an unorthodox style because we see a lot of great luchadors. We see fucking Bandito, Dorada, Mystico, like incredible guys, but he's completely different than all those guys. And he just, again, I was like, if he won the belt, I wouldn't be mad one bit. I think it'd be super fun to have a run with him as TNT champion.
yeah, he came in straight away, did that big thing that a lot of luchas do, where he came off the ground and slid up. Like Sammy does it quite a bit, and I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
this guy's different, man. Just the way he moves, just like how dynamic his moves look, it's different, man.
Him and Bandito hit it. Bandito came over the rope with the tope, and Clone caught him into like a Spanish fly or something to all the guys on the floor. I'm like, what's going on here? This is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about, Jordan. When he hit that Matrix and the kip up and just how
Mm.
smooth he did it, I was like, nah, dog. This guy, he's different. Yeah, he
Mm.
was fantastic. He added a lot here. And it just shows you just the different array of luchadors that they have. None of
Yeah.
these guys wrestle the same. None of them look the same. Um, yeah, just so cool. Man, Pack doing his entrance, sitting in the hallway, and like the lights are flickering. I was like, nah, Jordy Ladd up in here too, bro. Wouldn't be mad at this guy getting some gold around his belt. He's like storming through the crowd, comes in there. He's back to wearing trunks. This guy, like every time I see him, it looks like he's gotten bigger. I don't know how that's possible. But this guy is a very brolic, flippy cruiserweight guy. I just don't know how it's possible he keeps doing this, but he looks tremendous. Every time I see him wrestle, I think the same thing. We're not doing enough with this guy. We don't appreciate him enough. We're not giving this guy enough flowers because he's legit one of my favorite wrestlers in the entire industry, man.
I'm laughing because it's a bit on Denise and our show. Every time Pat comes out, she goes, Reg, did Pat get bigger? And I'm like, I think so, dude. Like, he's
Bro,
gigantic.
he's a
He just
monster, bro.
he just stays in the gym. He lives in the gym. If he's not in the ring,
Bro.
he's in the gym. He is in insane shape. It happened again. As soon as Pat came out, I was like, maybe Pac needs this more than any of these other guys, and he's my pick now because, like Phil's saying, and like I always say, if Pac is given the opportunity, he's on the same level as Osprey. He's on the same level as Kenny Omega.
Bro.
He is just as good as anybody on the planet. This guy is a different being. Like he is. I can't even understand how good he is at pro wrestling. Like it makes me mad. Coming out with the trunks, looking amazing, being vicious for most of it,
Yes.
hitting a black arrow with no knee pads. This guy's out of his fucking mind.
Comes straight out, hits a black arrow onto the crowd outside. Um, yeah, just looked crazy. Daniel Garcia came out right after that. The Blackpool Combat guys were working together. Sorry, Blackpool Combat Death Riders were working together
It's not their
throughout.
name.
Yeah, it's not their name anymore. Death Riders were working together throughout. I thought that made a ton of sense. When Wheeler comes out later, it's like, oh
That son
no,
of a
we got
bitch.
to end this match because if they get to the numbers game, this is going to be harder and harder for the rest of the field to deal with.
If Claudio
Anthony,
would have came out, it would have been hard. It would have been really hard for people to do that.
yes, and I thought that played well into this stipulation, and it's like, yeah, it's more advantageous to try to win early on. Don't let the match go any longer because the longer the match goes, it's going to get harder, and particularly with the Death Riders, if you let this match continue to go, it's going to be filled with those guys, and
Mm-hmm.
they're going to have the numbers advantage.
Yep.
But yeah, Anthony Bowens was up next, and then right after that, Big Kevin Knight.
The
To our point
Jags.
earlier, how Roosh immediately, every time that timer would end and somebody's theme music would hit, it was like he would perk up and look like, who's coming in here? And like soon as soon as Kevin Knight came in there, he ran at him. Kevin Knight ducks him, does that great flying clothesline afterwards, and then Roosh is on him immediately, not giving him any air, is beating him down before he can even get in the ring.
Everybody just like, Roosh, get off of me, dude. Leave me alone. He is crazy, dog. Every time somebody would turn around, they're getting chopped, and they're just like, can somebody get him? Can we jump him? What is going on here? Jet came out, and it was like, oh, this
Yeah,
guy, he believes. He's ready. He's locked in. Like, just his energy walking down to the ring. And then when he starts with his springboards and shit, Phil, and they started
yeah,
teasing a little bit of dissension between Jet Speed, and it's not because they hate each other. It's just because they both want to be champion. They both trying to outfly each other and do some crazy shit. And um, Jet is a great pick for this. Like when he came out, I was like, oh, this could be something too, because he's been having a lot of great TV matches, and that's what this TNT championship is. And like, if he's going to carry the flag, that actually makes a lot of sense.
yeah. Once more people got in the ring and the action started breaking down, we got some cool spots, man. That 21 plex that Bandito did from the floor to set up a pin was just crazy. Uh,
Unbelievable.
that was awesome. Like you said, Champa was running through here full of steam. He was running in here with motivation to try to win this match.
Crazy
Um,
knees in there from the bro.
yeah. Speedball ended up getting cornered. He is in a submission hold. Uh, Kevin Knight breaks it up with the big UFO splash off the top rope and gets the pin. Kevin Knight is the new TNT champion, guys. I was stunned. His reaction to it was great. He was just everything about it. It was just like, whoa, wait. Because the whole time I thought, okay, this is Ciampa's match to win. Um,
Mm-hmm.
very pleasantly surprised by this. Yeah, this was the right call. I didn't even realize it until after the fact, of course. Dynasty was his pay per view debut for AEW. He had the
That's
match against Will Ospreay at
that's
that show. I love the parallel that we built here of the differences of where Kevin Knight is in his career as a young guy, where Will Ospreay is in his career. We'll get into some more of the story of that with the Mox match, but I love the idea that yeah, this guy came in as a young guy. All these people are saying we gotta wait. We gotta give him 4 years and he'll get there. And we've seen him in big main event spots. We've seen him as a trio champion with Mystico, and he's done all of these things so far. And it's just like, why we gotta wait? This guy's ready to do it immediately. Set him up as TNT champion. I think that's the right call. Set up a young guy and really show that you're invested in him moving forward. Don't just give him main event spots where he loses. Don't just do optics. Give him the spots. I think this was the right call. And then on top of that, I seen what you did, buddy. I seen what you did, Kevin Knight. You acted like you did the UFO splash to save Speedball. We're friends. This very much is playing into the advice that Swerve gave him. Hey, it's cool to have friends. It's cool to, want to be in people's good graces and want to wait your turn and stand in line. You're never going to get anything in this business until you take it. Perfect ending to this match with that in mind. And I don't even think a lot of people are thinking about that, but I definitely think that played into this finish.
huge, Phil. Because after those words, there was those two promos where Swerve was face to face with Kevin Knight, and he says, "I see you're having fun. It's a good time over here. We love it, but like, in order to get to the next level, you're gonna have to really turn it up." And after those words from Swerve, he's been more aggressive. He's been more confident. He's been a little bit cockier. Like he's moving
Yes.
like, all right, you like if that's what it is, then I'm gonna start moving like that. And he has been in this match. He was moving a little different. It was like, no, this is about me. G, I want to win this championship. And that
Yeah.
finish, like you're saying, Phil, him having to be speedball and like, well, if I have to get through you to become champion, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, great story element. I'm like,
Yeah.
listen, he could fill either role, like, because we're gonna love Kevin Knight because he's awesome. He's is charismatic. Like you really latch on to him. but a heel Kevin Knight also
Yeah.
might be a little bit better.
And like I said, the finish works so well because it's not like he just hit the UFO splash on Speedball to win. It
Mhm.
made it look like he was doing it to save him. He was trying to break up the submission hold. I just happened to win as well.
Oops.
Yeah, I really liked that. I liked his reaction to it. When he was in the media scrum afterwards, he had the glasses on and like the
Fly.
jacket, no shirt on, looking fly. I was like, nah,
Mhm.
get man. We're off to the races with my guy, man. Shoot, man, put the rocket on this guy. He's incredible.
It's
Like,
time.
nah, just invest in your young talent, man. Like every time somebody has done something like this, that's why I like the Callum Newman stuff so much because it's like, bro, don't keep telling us like this guy is the future, man. You got him now, man. Get to it.
Yeah, what are we waiting for, G? Like, if the guy can go, if we like what actions happen, we like the matches. Let's do it now. We don't have to wait for nothing.
Yeah, but yeah, that parallel between like Osprey having like the best pay per view matches, and he's coming in young, bright eyed, and having that match with Kevin Knight a year ago, and to see Kevin Knight winning championship gold this time around, and to see where Will Osprey is, and they both have gotten similar advice from Swerve as well.
Mm-hmm.
I keep hearing this company don't tell stories, but I don't know. Pretty good storytelling.
Absolutely, just not the stories people want to hear, but they laid these bricks and foundations on a lot of this stuff.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, but I think the timing of this as well, with Kevin Knight and Mystico and Speedball losing the trios championship on Saturday on Collision, and Kevin Knight stepping out as a singles champion. I think that was the right move.
On Sunday, crazy.
Yeah. We got Tekla up next for defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Jamie Hayter. Um, I thought the entrance with Jamie backstage doing their APA thing. Sorry, Jamie and Alex doing their APA thing with their little mini bar,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought that was cool. I thought that was a cool aspect. Wasn't a big fan of the name Brawling Birds, and I was kind of like, I don't know, guys. Like they've been doing the vignettes with them. They have continued to grow on me. I really like them as a tag team. I like them
Mm-hmm.
together. I think they've got something here. Um,
Yeah.
and I think it was the right move, giving Alex the win on the pre-show, continuing to keep Jamie looking strong in this match. Yeah, I think Brawling Birds are going to be a big force in the tag division. Um, bro, Tekla's a rock star, dog. Like
That's it.
that
That's
that
all.
entrance with like the big like spider centerpiece, and she's coming down with the big fur coat and like the leather rain gear and the smoke, bro.
She looks cool.
That
When I
was
think about wrestling, that's what I like. What Mike? What's cool wrestling? What looks like something? What looks like we're at a rock show, like Phil's talking about? That's what Tekla entrance gives up. How she walks and moves, feels like she's a rock star. She feels like she's different than the other people. Great presentation. Like it really
yeah,
feels like a big star. And like if you give, like Phil and I've been talking about, give these people the opportunity, give them the mic, let them work on their gear and entrance and all this. It's gonna help these women, and it's helped Tekla tremendously. Love the bit with the brawling birds and the Jamie chugging the end of her beer, getting ready to go out there and fight. It makes her look cool. Also makes them looks like somebody you want to hang out with. That's an important element in this match. And Jamie Hayter was tremendous in this match. I think she showed that if we don't, if it isn't the Brawling Birds and we want to go back to a single thing, it can happen because she understands all the elements and moments in a good match.
yeah. I continue to say Jamie Hayter since her return, it's been a slow process to build her back up. But I think she's in a much better position than she was early on when she was women's
Yep.
champion and she was extremely popular because it was so much about Britt Baker and so much of
Mm-hmm.
what she does now. She's built up her own character. She has her own individuality. Even this tag team with Alex, it feels distinct to her. It feels distinct to them too. It's not
Yep.
just, hey, Britt Baker is a big star. Here's her sidekick. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no. I mean, if anything, it feels like Jamie Hayter's a big star. Here's Alex Windsor with her. Alex Windsor is starting to grow her own audience, but this is more of an Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter act than just like one big star in their sidekick.
Right. Yeah, no, Jamie Hayter's locked into a different element. And I saw it in this match of like
Yeah.
when she was in control and she was walking around cocky and confident, it's like, oh yeah, she's going crazy. Knocking the fuck out of Tekla in a lot of spots. I'm like, damn, she is manhandling Tekla in this position. She looks like a big brooding person, and I'm on team Jamie Hayter.
Yeah. That picture of her sitting on the turnbuckle and she's like waiting again, just exudes confidence, exudes charisma. This was a very physical, hard hitting match. One of the most hard hitting matches on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that did a lot for the women to show like they could bring it in these. And I mean, if you've watched the Tekla matches since she's gotten here, she lays them kicks in.
Yeah.
Um, I can't remember what interview she was on where she was like, "Yeah, got a little heat coming in. People weren't as happy. I came in hitting people, but that's what we do in Japan. So I thought like that's the move." And yeah, she's not toning it down very clearly because
Nope.
she was yeah, she was kicking Jamie very hard in this match. That clip that is going around of her drop kicking Jamie out of the ring. Oh my god. Yo.
Yeah, no, there was some. I was like, are they okay? Because some of these strikes were extra. Some of these punches were slipping through. I was like, oh no, they are firing off on each other. Tekla with that huge cross body off the top rope that always goes crazy, and they strike so hard onto the mat. That's what I like about Tekla's reign and where she is currently because her matches are like this. It's like they tell a story to get to it, but most of her talking about preparing the matches, I'm gonna beat your ass when we get in there. Like I'm gonna like I don't care who you are, I'm better than you, and when we get in there, I'm gonna rip your fucking head off. And that's what this match felt like. Jamie Hayter's like, I have to knock her out because she's trying to rip me in half. And Tekla's just like, how could I what space could I come from? Which move? Where could I come to catch Jamie Hayter off guard and win this match?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought that worked very well because, like I said, Tekla is cool. Like she comes in,
Mhm.
she has like aura to her, she has a mystique to her, but also she's been from day one showing up and being like, "Hey, I just want to beat these women up. I think all of these women are stupid. I think all of these women are playing at tough. They're playing at wrestlers and trying to do all this. I ain't trying to hit none of that. I'm trying to beat all of these women up. If you're in my way, you're gonna get got. You're gonna get beat up too. And
Yeah.
that is really how we got to this match because in Tekla's debut, Jamie Hayter just happened to be the one in the ring, and it's just like, no, let me get you up out of here. It's my time now. Um, and so of course Jamie would take offense to that. That's how we get this match. But throughout this match, yeah, Jamie is bigger than her. On paper, it looks like she's not just taller, but just like more formidable looking. She's
Mhm.
big. She's meaty. Um, None of that matters to Tekla. Tekla is
Don't
still
care.
trying to hit this woman very hard for her size, which just looks crazy. Like you said, that cross body she does, like the form she hits in the air, it looks very very beautiful and graceful. But then it lands and it hits all hard. I was like, what? There's just like a perfect summation of who she is as a wrestler. Like, hey man, she can come out there with like all this leather and ring gear, and it's just like, oh, like there's a lot of thought into how she looks, but at the same time she's like trying to beat you up as well.
She's trying to kill you. Yeah, it's like she's flying to there, and you're like, "Oh, it's beautiful," and then she crashes, and you're like, "Oh shit, that was
Yeah,
crazy."
yeah, yeah. That crossbody looked crazy. Like some of the strike exchange and the ring looked crazy. The lariats that Jamie Hayter was throwing, just trying to completely
Trying
take
to kill
Tekla's
her.
head off. Um, but yeah, no, at no point was Tekla backing down. She kept coming back at every turn with like these crazy kicks and like crazy strikes, like contorting her body in all these wild places to get moves as well. She won again, getting the leverage pin using her arm again because the ref couldn't see it because she bent over backwards. I thought that was great as well. And then immediately Alex Winter was like, "Wait a minute, she cheated!" And one of the loudest laughs I let out during this pay per view was Alex coming out saying that, and then the camera turns to Jamie Hayter in the ring, and she's pointing out and saying, "You motherfucker!"
Yeah, yeah. I'm I'm like, I don't think you can say that, G. I don't know if you can say you motherfucker right to the camera. Yeah, there was a couple of ref things in this Phil that felt a little bit egregiously. Earlier in the Darby and Andrade match, they brawled to start it, and there was nobody counted or nothing. Like they're out in the crowd for 2 minutes or something, and then later in the match, they start to count them out. I'm like, why are you counting them out now? They was brawling for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And this again felt like that of like, what's Alex Windsor even doing here? Like, get her out of here. What element?
Well, the match was over at that point.
It kind of looks like the referee looked at Tekla's hand for a little bit when she did it. So I was like, maybe Alex is right, but I don't know. Get out of here.
Yeah. But of course, I think that's going to set up a rematch. I don't think we're done here. I think we're going to get a rematch with Jamie. Like I said, we got to get this Queen Aminata match. I don't know when. We got to get that match. But so far, so good. I think Tekla has been a fantastic champion. This is everything you want the belt to do for somebody, to elevate them and, highlight what they do well. And I think that had really done that for Tekla. She's been the breakout star for this company for 2026 to me. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Jamie had a very good showing here as well. When they give her pay-per-view matches, I think that she has really showed up. She showed up in the Mercedes match, the Tony Storm match she really showed up in. And this was no different. I thought this was great. Like you said, some of the ref stuff was kind of wonky throughout this match. I laughed during the main event at one point when Kenny's outside the ring and Kenny turns to the ref and he's just like, what do you want from me? He's like, I want you to get in the ring. And it's like, why you didn't tell some of these other people to get in the ring though? Why are you all on Kenny's back, but everybody else you're just letting them fight all into the crowd? Like, what's going on?
Oh, now you have authority. Now you want somebody to get in here. Now you want to do this. It's just when they pick the elements and moments, it feels a little bit funny. But yeah, Brawling Birds though, Phil, I think regardless, they're the only team that I've immediately thought about to beat Divine Dominion immediately. So that's great for them. I think moving forward, continuing to establish them as a tag team is going to be great for the division and the company as a whole.
Yeah, I think this match sets up that you're not done with Jamie and Tekla, so you can do more with Jamie and Tekla in the month ahead. But all in is when August. Mm-hmm. I think by August you're going to be ready for the Birds to challenge for them belts.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Wembley, that's a big match.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Jon Moxley versus Will Ospreay for the Continental Championship was incredible.
Mox.
We got to have a real conversation about just how good Jon Moxley is, man. He is incredible. He's a very special talent, man. He continues to cut these promos, and they're prophetic every time. He's just like, listen, man, y'all think this is it? Y'all think I'm going to lose? Y'all looking over here? I hear it. When everybody thought like the Death Riders were going to turn on him, it's like, yeah, no. Y'all think that my family would do that to me? Why would y'all think that? Or when he was losing all the matches coming into the Continental Classic, he's like, oh, yeah, it's regular season, man. We're just getting started. This is the playoffs. I'm going to show y'all what time it is. Got into the Continental Classic. Won the Continental Classic. Nobody expected that. That the promo he cut after he won the Continental Classic is one of his best promos to date. Of course, famously in the CM Punk feud, he's just like, look, man, that's the guy y'all want me to be worried about. Like, look, man, I had to put up with this. I'm not the real champion while he was gone doing whatever, healing up from this foot injury. Okay, let's get to this. Beats this guy, and then comes out afterwards. Oh, that ain't what y'all thought was going to happen? Hit the Jordan stroke on y'all like, oh, that ain't what y'all thought that this was it? Did it again. Did it again in Vancouver, Canada, guys. He keeps doing this, man. Will Ospreay came out, House of Fire, started this match with a hidden blade,
hot,
and then stood there for a minute like, I got time. I'm trying to make this guy suffer, and that played into the story of this match because at every turn he kept doing things, and it's like, you're not trying to win the match, you just want to hurt this guy. And if you guys don't know, that's the lesson that Kyle Fletcher never learned. That's why Ospreay beat Kyle Fletcher, because it was personal to him. I want to hurt you. I want to show everybody I'm not just your little bro. I'm better than you. And if I had to hurt you to do that, I'm going to do that. Everything Kyle O'Reilly has done after that, his feud with Hangman, I'm trying to hurt people. I'm not just trying to win the match. Osprey made the same mistake in this match, and that's why he lost.
The best part is, and it's still connected to what Kenny Omega said to Will Ospreay when they were feuding, of like, you gotta focus in on this, dude. You can't be thinking about other things. You are who you say you are, but you have to put it together. Your emotions always come into play, and that's what cost you. And that's exactly what happened here. John Moxley is exactly like he described. When it's playoff time, when it's championship mode, this guy's a different being. When Ospreay started out with the hidden blade and he didn't pin him, I was like, this is a
Yeah.
bad idea, brother. You
Yeah.
gotta, this guy
And
isn't a guy to play around with.
yeah, and everybody's telling him that. Swerve told him in their feud, like, yo, you're playing. You think this
Mm-hmm.
is fun and games? Like, I will kill you if I have to. Like,
Yeah.
you're cool, you're my friend. I will do disgusting things to keep this belt. And if you're not ready to do that, then don't come over here. Don't play it being a main eventer. Don't play it being a world champion. And Mox told him in this whole thing, had this guy laid up there with a chair around his neck, like, man, look, man, this ain't personal, dog. Don't make this personal because you're making a mistake.
Uh-huh.
And he told everybody, he was like, look, man, y'all don't see it now. I'm not going to beat this guy. He's going to beat himself.
You gotta be
And
yourself.
while it was happening in the match, I was like, this guy, he keeps doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Mox keeps doing it. He's like a prophet at this point. But yeah,
Yes.
it's just great storytelling in this match. Man, just so much good wrestling in this match. I loved Brian on commentary throughout this match because he's like,
Perfect.
man, he's pointing it out. He's like, man, he's making mistakes. It's like he's not just a guy that can do all this high flying stuff. He's a fantastic counter wrestler. And Brian is saying this as a guy that's been in the ring with him. He's seen it
Mm-hmm.
firsthand. And it's like, you're not playing to your strengths as a counter wrestler and all these things because you keep trying to lay it in and marvel at your handiwork and trying to hurt this guy. Just
Mm-hmm.
win the match.
Yep.
And he wouldn't do that. That played into several spots. Man, some of these big counters in this spot, like, because, like, man, Osprey's reactions, his reactions coming straight out of that DDT and hitting the hidden blade, bro. How do you even react that quickly? I don't I don't know how you do that. People were for some reason were like, why didn't he sell? And it's just like, no, he did sell. That's why he landed and laid after the match.
He's
After
out.
the move, that's selling.
Yeah, no, because they have confused bumping and selling, and Osprey gets them every time. They can never understand what's going on with this. Love the story element of this match was kind of the same story element of Chris Jericho and Ricochet, of me being like, Osprey was out, you guys. He was on an operating table, rehabbing. He was gone, and that whole time, Moxley was fighting every single week. He's on every show. If it's not a singles match, he's with the Death Riders. He's on Collision. He's at every pay-per-view. This guy is the backbone of this company. Osprey felt a little too big for his britches throughout this whole thing. Coming back and immediately not having his friends in the United Empire for a couple of weeks. Death Riders kept dragging him around every corner. Death Riders had his number. Moxley kept being like, just like you're saying, Phil, super nonchalant, like, what's this guy's beef? Like, why does he keep
Bro,
showing up where we are? Like, what is his problem? Like, I don't. He's talking about something from 8 months ago. We didn't forgot about that. We're moved on to something else.
bro. And the thing that makes it even funnier is, bro, we've seen you, Osprey. Yeah, you call yourself the aerial assassin, but you do like all the flippy stuff. You're like coming in, doing the nonchalant, aloof stuff. You're calling everybody bruv. And you're coming in here saying, "Hey, I'm gonna kill this guy." You're in there with a real killer. That guy on a pay-per-view tried to drown Darby Allin in a fish tank. That guy don't care about none of this stuff you're
Doesn't
saying.
care.
He's looking at you like, "Hey man, I know a killer. You ain't that. Don't do that. Don't try to play that game with me because you're not that." And at every turn when he kept doing things, Mox would just shrug him off. Like, I hear what you're saying. I see you really believe that. But you ain't like me, and don't try to be like me. Again, this ain't personal for me. I don't know what you think. Like, hey man, I did what I had to do. That was last year. Are you still on that? That's old.
Sure. Yeah, they're still on that. And that being that playing into the story of the match of Osprey hit some hidden blades where I was like, oh, Moxley's knocked out. Like, this guy's done. He's finished. But he kept playing to the crowd, looking around, trying to set something up. and then Mox would come back into it and just kind of smirk like, wait, we're still in this match. You didn't pin me. You didn't finish me. I'm still in here. And then Ospreay turns around into a paradigm shift. He's getting dropped on his neck, or he's outside and getting pile drove on the ring steps. Like Mox is like, okay, if you leave me an inch, I'm going to hit some type of neck thing because it ain't personal to me, and I'll break your neck and pin you, and this match will be over.
Yeah. Don't play with me.
Don't
come in here talking about you're going to break my neck. Hey, you're the one coming back after a neck surgery. I let you live. I put that chair around your neck, and I tried to tell you then, hey, dog, I could end this right now. You talking about a match at Dynasty? I could stomp on this chair right now. We could finish this conversation. But I'm going to let you play this game and see if you really are who you are. You're not. Stop.
You're not.
Stop it. Bro, Mox, when he smells blood, we've seen this a few times. We saw it in the match with Okada. Famously in the Punk match when he is like favoring that foot and they're coming in trying to like see if he's okay, and he immediately jumps on him, starts attacking that foot. This is what he does. When he smelled blood at the end of this match, he immediately struck. Hit that pile driver on the steel steps on the outside, rolled this guy into the ring, hit him with 2 paradigm shifts. Great false finish. And he was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, this kid's got heart. That's fine. Death Rider, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Jon Moxley is still AEW Continental Champion. What a fantastic match. Great storytelling. Great in-ring action as well throughout this match. That visual of Jon Moxley getting up afterwards and literally hitting the George Shrug like, I told y'all. I told y'all he's gonna beat himself. Y'all not listening to me. Y'all not seeing it. Y'all not seeing the vision. I've been told y'all. And he stands over him afterwards. You had that great visual of the camera panning out, and Ospreay is favoring that neck. Somewhere Brian was on commentary rubbing his hands together because he's like shaking and favoring that neck. And I was just like, sick individuals, stop doing this. But we had that great visual of Ospreay like reaching towards Mox, and Mox is on the ropes, raising the belt. Awesome stuff. The crowd has to, the officials have to like walk him out, and that's why I said that parallel of Kevin Knight having his crowning moment on this pay-per-view, and Will Ospreay is being walked out of the arena of being hurt. This is also, if you remember, last time he was at Dynasty, he had the match with Bryan Daniels, where he hit him with the Tiger Driver. Mm-hmm. He's all worried about him being hurt. Like, that was a time where this young guy is watching an older wrestler worry about their mortality in wrestling, and now he's coming back from a neck injury, worrying about his mortality. Mm-hmm. Again, company don't tell stories though. Yeah.
No stories at all. Brian's on commentary giving up the facts, and people are like, "Oh no, don't care about that."
Yeah, just all of this stuff was very
wasn't
good.
Selling. Come on,
and coming into this, I felt like Mox was going to win, and that's a risky move, having Ospreay come back and lose his first pay-per-view match. But I think it's such a good story to tell of him having to work his way back from this neck injury, of not just like this being like a big career-changing injury, but what this means for him in AEW. When he first came to AEW, this guy looked like a superhero. He looked invincible. He was coming in having the best match on every pay-per-view, and now he looks human. He's showing some vulnerability, and I think like having to see him rebuild himself and get his confidence back and get to the world title scene, I think that's a great story. And I think it's the right move to have him lose to Mox. So when he does win the world title, Mox will be one of his opponents, and that's going to make that match even better.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to add I'm not adversity guy, blah, 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 but we are telling the story to get this guy to the world title, potentially at All In. And you're going to you don't want him just coming in as a world beater right back to it. You're going to want to have him to have some doubts, him to be like, did I come back too soon? can I still compete at the highest level with these guys? Am I the same Osprey that I was? Was everybody right? What is this? And Jon Moxley kind of being that guy to have him have those questions, I think is good, because he's always going to be in the back kind of looming over it. And Jon Moxley is just like AEW's final boss. They keep trying to make different guys into it, but it's like you got to get through Mox to get to the top here.
Yes. Yeah. Loved this match. Loved everything they did with this. Jon Moxley, the ace of this company.
Tremendous.
Don't care what nobody says. I tweeted this morning because I was thinking about so many things, not just Mox in this match, but like the promos he's been cutting, like just how the Death Riders has turned out to be such a great thing for him and a big part of his career. Bro, the longer he has been outside of WWE, the more range he's shown as a wrestler, the more accolades he's gotten with this company, with New Japan. It changes that ranking of Shield guys every time I think about it, man. At this point, Mox is number one. He's the best member of the Shield in my opinion. And y'all know how I give it up. Y'all know I'm a Rollins guy, but Mox is different, bro.
One of my favorite things about Mox, Phil, is 1 year ago we were mad. A lot of us hated the Death Rider stuff. A year ago, we were like, what is this shit? Why are they doing this? These angles are pissing us off. Why is Mox some people are like, get this championship off of Mox. He took all that criticism. He didn't really take the criticism because he don't be online, but he heard what y'all was saying in them crowds and he turned it around, Phil. Ever since he lost the world championship to Hangman Adam Page, he's been one of or the best match of the night on every pay-per-view. He's working like he is not a veteran in this. He's working like he's a new guy. He's working like against the best wrestlers, having some of the best matches, like taking that criticism, taking what people were upset about and flipping it and becoming one of the best guys on the roster is a feat. And he's going to continue to do this.
Yes. You know, look, he said Mox is such a high heel right now. If he can't beat Mox, then Osprey's character needs to man up. I don't think Mox is a heel, guys. I think Mox is at every turn since the Continental Classic in particular been sitting around going, hey, man, why y'all booing me? I'm right. And I think there was a lot of this coming into this feud with Osprey, and he's just like, hey, why y'all mad at me? I'm right. Oh, I heard him last year? That's old. We still talking about that? I'm right. This guy ain't no killer. You ain't here with a shark, dog. Stop playing with me.
Like you said, when you get in here with a real killer, then you see what goes on. Like what I will do, because I'll break your neck right now, no problem.
No. I'm trying to be nice. Again, I could have stomped on that chair and ended this. I'll let you have your fun. I'll let you bring your friends to work and have your fun. But like, this is my belt. You can't have my belt.
Not this one. You can have a belt, but not this belt.
You can't have my belt. Let's get into some of these super chats again. Send us your super chats. That's the best way to get your chats read on the stream. We got one from the other Mikey V. He says, it's the year of the Jet. Crazy. It's his first singles belt ever. Man just has it. He's in that Kyle's next man up role and didn't even need to turn heel. I do think eventually he's going to turn heel, but
definitely.
Yeah, I think that's great that he's been able to carve out his own lane. It is crazy that this is his first singles belt. I don't know how New Japan never made him junior heavyweight champion. I think that was a colossal mistake, but I think it makes a lot of what's happening with him feel even sweeter. It's kind of like when Bianca came to the main roster and she never won anything on NXT. She was never like women's champion. And then when she finally started getting accolades, it felt like a bigger deal.
Yeah, I like it because people were, there was that talk of maybe Swerve getting a new group and they were trying to put him in that group. I've seen a lot of people trying to put him in the Hurt Syndicate. So like trying to put him in different elements. I like that he did it himself. And I think he can move on his own from this point forward and it's going to hit even harder.
Yeah. Here, we'll save that one for our main event. Lil MT Shocker says TK on his Marlowe-ish, talking to TNA about coming to Thursday. I'm gonna need you to pack it up, people. I'm being a gentleman about it for the moment. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of the media scrum, but
Uh, he's talking to shit in there.
I didn't see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me neither. I passed out.
Yeah, yeah. I went to bed, guys.
Long show.
Uh, yeah. For Van Twin Blade, he says every lucha dude is different. What is issue? We will never say that about the Fed for 1,000 reg. Uh, oh, look, the Daily Double. Yeah, yeah. I think it's very telling that the hottest angle they got right now with the AAA stuff is not two actual luchadors. They're WWE wrestlers in lucha masks.
We'll talk more about it when it's pod time, but this is what I feared would happen. It's like everyone's like, yeah, this is hot. And I'm like, it is, but like it should be two Mexican wrestlers though. Like, you know what I mean? Like the fact that it's even to this point where two non-Mexican wrestlers are in this hot angle pisses me off, but it's still a hot angle.
Yeah, yeah. Then we got one from Tim Ruza. He says Kevin Knight is like Desiree. You got to be on Speedball. Fire.
He's amazing. He's incredible. And he's such a humble, nice, great guy. If you meet him in person, like it makes sense that he's getting these opportunities.
Yeah, what a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what a guy. Just happens to be like you said, very nice and down to earth, and then just like looks great, looks like $1,000,000, can move the way he does, can jump out the gym. Yeah.
You got it.
From Glassdoor Gamer, he says, Speedball heel turn. Y'all see his jealous face. LOL. I'm not so sure, man. I think Kevin Knight's going to be the one that turns.
I think it's Jet. Yeah. Speedball just, he could, but I think it makes more sense for him to be the babyface moving forward.
Yeah. And then from Ben Twin Blade, he says, Mox is Daredevil, y'all. He will break you in half if you make him. All you have to do is stay the fiuck down. Osprey was told, but didn't listen. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you're watching Born Again, but bro, great show.
I'm going to check it out. I haven't seen any of it.
Yeah. We're in season 2. I don't know what episode we're in for season 2, but yeah, great show. We got a few more super chats. We'll get into those after our main event. Yeah, the Trios Championship on the line next. The Conglomeration took on the Dogs with the surprise return of Kyle O'Reilly. They did this big TV set entrance for the Conglomeration where Roddy came out and woke up Orange Cassidy on the couch. And then Kyle O'Reilly comes through the door, basically like Kramer, looking around confused. I can very much see this not working for some people, but I thought it was cool for what it was. Then you had the Dogs coming out and trying to tear up the set. David Finley's like trying to smash the door with a shillelagh. Clark Connors is humping his title belt on the couch. Gabe comes out and acts like he's pissing on the couch afterwards. Yeah, that was good stuff.
It's a silly way for both teams to get to the ring, I think, and the placement on the card, the AEW does this pretty often, Phil, where they'll put a match like this, usually featuring the Conglomeration right before the main event, and it's always interesting how it works out. But regardless of that, Kyle O'Reilly is back, and I've been waiting for him to come back, and that was awesome.
Yeah, Kyle got a great reaction in his hometown of Vancouver. Surprised they didn't do his theme music. He just came out kind of cold, and then when he was walking down to the ring and they got the ring announcement, that's when he got the big pop. But I thought it worked well for what it was. Yeah, I think they should have put this match earlier on the show.
Yes.
I get using it as a buffer for the main event. This felt like the first. Yeah, this felt like the first real lull in the show for me. I thought for the most part the pacing worked well up to this match, and it wasn't even necessarily that the match wasn't good. No. Once Gabe got injured, that really put a hold on everything, and you could see that they had to improvise after that. And then we did a very abrupt title change. The dogs just won the belts on Saturday, and I don't know what happened here. This could have always been the plan to just have the dogs win and then use the big return of Kyle O'Reilly to do a big title change in Vancouver because um, the other two home country men lost. Well, the other three home country men lost. Christian and
Mm-hmm.
Cope lost, and then of course the main event. So this was a hometown guy getting the win here. So maybe this was
Jericho
always the
too.
plan. Yeah, Jericho lost as well. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe this was the way to get like a home countryman getting a win here, and that probably was always the plan. Maybe it was an audible because Gabe got injured. I'm not sure. Uh, the fact that there was a graphic after the match makes me think it was always a plan, though. I don't know.
I just don't understand why you would put these belts on these guys for one day.
Me
Like
neither.
what happened here? Like I'm confused. People keep saying the dogs they don't like the way the dogs are booked, and I've always been on the I don't know, maybe you guys are overreacting. It's early. They need to, AEW likes to build guys kind of from the ground up, even if you kind of know who they are. And so I thought that's what was going on here, but I'm confused about this whole thing here. Like they could have been an audible, like you said, but them having the graphic up immediately shows like I don't know. I feel like this probably was going to be the result, regardless of what was going on. I feel like the dogs have just been they're fighting from the bottom. They keep getting stuff thrown on top of them. That's going to be extra for them to continue to get over. So I just didn't understand this, but like I understand having Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly as your trios champions. We got to establish what the true identity of these belts are, though, Phil.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what they are.
We just talked about this Saturday, and I was saying you gotta make a clear direction for the dogs. You gotta give them something um, to feud over. You've got to give them like storylines to like really get behind. And I thought that that's what the trios titles were gonna do for them. So I was so surprised that they lost. I just don't know what to make of this. Yeah, I and hopefully Gabe is okay. It seems like he injured his shoulder. Um,
Unfortunate timing.
the way it sounds like he dislocated his shoulder. There's a hilarious clip of him on his IG ranting and raving about it and saying "fuck the conglomeration." And, and for no reason, he was like Ishii wasn't even here, but fuck Ishii too. Hologram, all these losers, get them out of here. These fake paper champions, we're not done with you. Hilarious, bro. It's exactly what you'd expect from Gabe Kidd. Yeah, I thought coming in like they have so much character. Gabe is Gabe. I think Clark Connors is made for American TV, man.
Mm-hmm.
Very good looking guy.
Yeah.
He's got like a swagger to him, and Dave has done a lot to prove himself as a main eventer and prove himself as somebody that could stand out front as a leader in New Japan. So I think they have a good act in these guys. Again, you just got to give them a direction. Unfortunately, I don't feel like this is going to help them at all. Um, but man, great moment for Kyle O'Reilly getting a reaction in his home country. Getting to see him with some championship gold again and Eric Tart. It just felt good, but yeah, I just had very mixed feelings with the stuff with the dogs and being happy for him.
Mm-hmm. I hope Gabe is okay. I thought that this was going to be the things that the dogs need to really kind of establish themselves in AEW. Being trios champions, kind of getting an identity, what those belts are, just doing the same things with those championships, I think would have added. So them losing them so quickly is a little bit of a head scratcher. But again, Kyle O'Reilly is back. I think that that's another thing. It's like I don't even want Kyle O'Reilly in the trios division. I want him in the TNT title division. I want him in some other places. So, but maybe this is just the way to bring him back.
Yeah, I predicted he was going to challenge for the Continental Championship because,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he was the last person that beat Mox on
Yeah.
a pay per view. He forced this guy to say, I quit.
Yeah.
So
Let's
I
not
figured
forget about that. Like that needs to be addressed.
so I figured he's going to come gunning for Mox, and maybe we're saving that for later. Maybe we're saving that for him entering the Continental Classic later this year. But I don't know. Like I said, I was happy to see Kyle though, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
can't be too upset. But
Exactly.
yeah, All that's left is our main event: MJF versus Kenny Omega, the God of Pro Wrestling versus the Devil for the AEW World Championship. I feel like there was a lot coming in for this match. Expectations. You could just see the energy when Kenny came in, had like the big dramatic entrance. I thought his entrance was fire.
Mhm.
It made me double and triple down on the fact that I think that Battle Cry is his best theme song.
Yes.
Um, I thought that that was great. The pop for this guy when he came out, the crowd was very much behind him. They wanted him to win, and you could see that. I thought MJF's entrance was great as well, coming out from under the floor on the throne and like the devil gear and the crown. All that was good. Had like the worshippers on the sides. I thought it was a great entrance. I thought like the dichotomy here of like having like a um, bright entrance for Kenny Omega and then having like a dark, smoky entrance for Max worked very well thematically. And then the match was really good. I
Mhm.
really enjoyed this match. I found myself enjoying this match more than their first match on Collision, and that was a good match. But I think the missing element to that match was the heat that we had here.
The
Um,
crowd. Hmm.
yeah, Max was still kind of working as a babyface like tweener at that time. That was when he was still doing the better than you, baby stuff.
Hmm.
And so he was getting cheered. And now it's different. He's very much a heel in this match. He's very much getting the heat. Kenny, like I said, had the Canadian crowd on behind him, and it was just different. Very physical as well. Once Kenny got into his spots where it's just like, I'm sick of this guy. I'm just gonna beat down on this guy and pelt this guy with V triggers and like hard strikes. Yeah, I think like that stuff, like the chemistry and like all of the dynamic, the heel and face dynamic made this match much better in my opinion.
Yeah, the story elements that they built coming into this match came into play of Max being like, "You're past your prime, dude. Like, it's my time. I know all your accolades, but none of that matters now. This is mine." Because in a lot of the match, Kenny was like a step behind of what he usually is. There was a couple of spots where he was slow to get into, a couple of things he was trying to do, and Max would capitalize on that immediately. Like if Kenny missed a step or something, he's right there on his back. But then Kenny eventually realized where he was at, kind of surveyed the situation, and then he started to take control. I'm a main event. Starts throwing heavy strikes on MJF, hitting him with topes, hitting him with all of his big moves to get Max off of his game. I thought was a really good strategy that Kenny was employing. At one point, they're locked into this match. They're going ham. The crowd, a couple of the crowd was chanting for MJF, which I thought was a surprise. But it's just like shows how great of a champion he was. I thought this was really for how fast the show went by. I thought the pacing of this was really good too for it being after we've seen so much in this show, so many high spots and things going at a fast paced feel. I thought they went to a really good main event pace in this match.
Yeah, I think you got to give it up to the Vancouver crowd as well because in so many of these shows, because they're so long, sometimes you get to the main event and the crowd is kind of exhausted,
Tired.
and the crowd, isn't really giving the main event the same energy they might have given something that was in the middle of the card. And I thought that the crowd was very much still into this throughout. They
Right.
very much were giving it up for Kenny. There was, some smattered cheers throughout there for Max, but I thought the crowd added a lot to this match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the story going in here that Kenny was telling him, like, yeah, last time we wrestled, I wasn't at 100%. And Max is just like, all I hear is you making excuses. And throughout this match, the more Kenny started to escalate and do more to like beat down on him to try to win, it showed like, oh yeah. This guy has been in this position. There's a reason why this guy is the best bout machine. He's been in big matches in Japan, all over the world. So he's done this. He's done a belt collector gimmick. He's had big matches, and so
Mm-hmm.
you could see once he turned it up to that level, it changed,
Mm-hmm.
and just the just his style of wrestling changed. Like the desperation from him changed, and Max was having trouble keeping up with that. Because you're right. At
Mm-hmm.
some points in the match, Kenny was a step behind because he's still getting a bit of that rust off. And
Mm-hmm.
Max is a guy that has been wrestling year round. And it's not just that, he's been wrestling in AEW and also sharpening his sword other places.
Yep.
Kenny's not doing that currently. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, in this match, you could see, yeah, it's a difference between conditioning and just like
Mm-hmm.
a younger guy versus an older guy. But again, as a big match wrestler, his instincts are still there. And you saw
That's
that
what it
throughout.
is. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when he started getting into that mode, hitting those V triggers and just like pummeling this guy, I was like, oh my God, like, is he okay? Like some of those V triggers where he was just like beating the snot out of this guy, and like Max is like hanging all out the ring, trying to settle himself. Like when he hit that big epic one winged angel off to the top rope, and Max had no choice but to roll out of the ring because that would have been the end of the match. Fantastic stuff. The
Mm-hmm.
ref bump stuff. It's
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be controversy for somebody. I know people are not going to be a fan of the way that he got out of the one winged angel because, of course, Kenny hits Max with the one winged angel. The ref is out, so he isn't there to count. New ref comes down, counts, kicks out. Technically, he did not kick out of the one winged angel. If the
No.
ref was there, he would have lost. Um,
Yes.
and that plays into the story here because Kenny is saying, no, I wasn't at my best. You can't beat me at my best. And he gave you his best. You didn't really beat him. If the ref
Mm-hmm.
was up, you would have lost. Then, of course, he uses the dynamite diamond ring to get the upper hand, punches Kenny in the gut, then pile drives him uh, through the table, rolls him back in, hits him with the heat seeker. Max retains the championship. And again, you had to cheat. You did not beat him at his best. I do think that's going to continue to play into this later in this year. I don't think this will be the last time we see this match. I do think
No.
Kenny's going to get a rematch. It's a it's a questionable choice to not just have Kenny win in Canada. This is
Yes.
Kenny Omega. You've got the chance to make him champion here and to do this story of Kenny walking out of this pay per view as champion and Osprey having to work his way back to the main event scene with Kenny at the top of the mountain. Um, and that would have been my preferred choice to go with this.
Yes.
Um, but at the same time, you got to give it up to Max, man. This guy has been a great champion this year. He's been doing great business for AEW. He's been doing a lot of great work for them for through the media and promoting the brand, being what you need this guy to be as a champion, as a face of this company. The matches have been heat. Um, a lot of storytelling hasn't overstayed its welcome. His
Mm-mm.
promos have been, more concise.
Mm-hmm.
This is far and away his best title reign.
Yeah.
For whatever you can say about the last title reign and him having the accolade of being the longest reigning AEW World Champion, even though I enjoyed a good amount of that title reign, it kind of jumped off the cliff by the end.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I feel like I'm enjoying this one overall a lot more, and I'm not mad that it hasn't ended yet because I still think there's more you can do with him as champion. Um, it's just tough, man. Because like I said, if you don't put the belt on Kenny here,
When.
where do you go from here? And
Mm-hmm.
what is your road to All In? Because this has to be Osprey's year.
Got to.
It has to be. You've got to be
Mm-hmm.
putting the belt on Osprey this year, and I'm not really interested in MJF versus Osprey at All In. I
Mm-mm.
get why you would feel like it's the right move to reward Max heading into All In based on everything I said about this title reign.
Mm-hmm.
I just I'm just not as interested in that story. I think Osprey versus Kenny is a lot more interesting of a matchup, especially because we've seen the matchup between Osprey and Max at All In already.
Already.
And I don't get me wrong, I enjoyed that match, but I just think for where we are with these characters, I would be more interested in Kenny trying to prove himself and prove that he can come back from this debilitating ailment and work his way back into the main event. And then at the same time, you have Ospreay trying to make the same point. I can come back from this career changing surgery and work my way back to the place everybody has wanted me to be from day one. Um, I think that's a great story to tell with those two guys, and especially with their feud early on in the company. I think that that's the better route for me.
Yeah, that's where I thought they were going with this match, but things have changed. I mean, Darby Allin earlier in the show, Phil, kind of changed where I thought it was going because I've been three different places on who I thought the victor was going to be in this match. But when Darby did that promo after winning his match, being like, I'm meeting the winner in Seattle and I want my world title match, then I was like,
Yeah.
because like the same way I need to see Ospreay beat Kenny for that championship at All In, I feel like Darby beating Kenny wouldn't have made like that story is not the story because Darby himself has been like Max, Max, Max. So for him to declare that, I was like, probably means even more that Max is going to win in the main event. So when he won in the main event, it was like, well, if they're telling this Darby story, it actually makes more sense for him to win here. I just don't know where we get back to Kenny because that has to be that story.
Yeah. Yeah. When we did our predictions on the pod Saturday, I predicted Max was winning. And I thought that the telltale sign was they were already setting Darby up as a contender, and not just setting Darby up as a contender for the belt. He has been calling Max out the entire time. It feels like Darby has been being positioned as the next challenger for the entire build to Dynasty. And I don't think that they would do that if they were just going to take the belt off of Max at this pay-per-view. And so my prediction was always that Max was going to win. I wanted Kenny to win, but I just didn't feel like that made sense with what they had been telling us on TV.
Right.
And so even more so on this show when Darby won his match, becomes the number one contender, then he has the promo and he calls out the match for Dynamite this week. I was just like, yeah, I think Max is winning. And that's what we got. And I can't say that's the wrong outcome because I think that even though there were some things I would prefer to see coming out of this, I can't say that that's the wrong call. Now, Darby adds such an interesting wrinkle to all of this because now you set up this match for Dynamite, and I very much like I said earlier, the AEW has set up Spring Breakthrough as like this special episode of Dynamite during WrestleMania week, and it feels like it's big. It feels like it's bigger than any other episode of Dynamite. And now you add a world title match to this, and it kind of feels like anything can happen. This is in Washington. I think Darby's winning, guys. I think Darby is going to win on Wednesday. And I think with what you've done with Darby since he's come back, you've kept him away from the title picture since he went away. He was really positioned as the guy that was going to dethrone Mox, and then he went and climbed Mount Everest. And then we had questions about, like, where does he stand now? Because you're telling us, like, going and climbing the mountain and doing this very dangerous thing is more important than you being world champion. And so I love that he has really come back around in the last few weeks and said, no. I want to be world champion. I have reservations about whether I can do that, whether I can be the face of this company, whether I can do all of these things I've seen other people do. But no, I want to be world champion. I do you even better. Out of all of the pillars, I know that Max was under the tutelage of Cody Rhodes, and he was the guy that took Cody Rhodes' opportunity away to be world champion. You can make a strong argument that not only is Darby Sting's pupil, he has been Cody's heir apparent all along. When you go back to all of his history with Cody and, like, you know, winning the TNT title and what that belt meant to him because of all of his history with Cody, no, Darby in a lot of ways is Cody's heir apparent. And then when you look at stuff like Max using the crossroads in this match, but kind of went
Mm-hmm.
under the surface because
Mm-hmm.
commentary didn't call it the crossroads. They didn't draw attention to it. I thought that was very interesting that he used the crossroads in his match. And then you also look at like, just like I said, the history between Cody and Darby. I think Darby's gonna win, guys. And I just think like it makes a ton of sense with like the four pillars and like the homegrown guys and like just the timing of this and um Hangman not being there. And Hangman has been what a lot of people consider like the top homegrown guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a good time. It doesn't hurt you to just do a quick title change for Darby. And I don't even think that this is going to be a thing where Darby holds that belt long.
Mm-mm.
I think if he wins on Wednesday, he's probably going to hold this belt up to Double or Nothing.
Yep.
And then we'll see where it goes from there. My fear,
Yeah, it's in New York.
my fear though, I'm worried that they're going to do this title change on Wednesday. And then they're just going to have him drop the belt back to Max
In New York.
and Double or Nothing. And I don't really care for that.
I
If
hate
you're
that.
just if you're just doing this to just give the belt back to Max, I'm not a big fan of that. But if you're just gonna do a few weeks of Darby as champion, I'm not mad at that. I think you could do like a big shock title change this week. And like I said earlier, you've got two shows now. You can give him some big title defenses in the lead up to Double or Nothing between Dynamite and Collision. You can have him rack up maybe 3 or 4 title defenses on TV. Let him do what he does best as a television wrestler, and then you've got your big match for Double or Nothing. And I
Yeah.
mean, if I remember correctly, isn't that where the Four Pillars match happened? Double or Nothing.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you got that as well. You got the natural progress of getting that match again on a Double or Nothing card.
So, if you didn't make the call with Kenny in his hometown, this is the next best idea. Like if Kenny's not going to win in Canada, Darby winning in Seattle, it's a shock win. It's WrestleMania week. It's going to put some buzz on you guys. We all kind of want it to. Darby's been pointed after coming back down from Mount Everest to be like, that was important to me, but the most important thing to me is winning the AEW World Championship. And I want you guys to know if I do get that pleasure, this is what I'm going to present for you. And I think that's the best thing to tell for Darby's story. It's a needed right now. It'll be a perfect timing. I've always been into the idea of title changes on TV too. I know they spammed in some other companies, but AEW doesn't do that with their world championships. So this could be a nice little shock for the system. It's fun for Darby. Like Phil said, he could have a bunch of defenses before Double or Nothing, which I also think he's going to lose it at. And it's going to make sense. Someone sent in a super chat on the show last night to say four-way. Darby wins on Wednesday, and then they do a four-way at Double or Nothing with Darby, Max, Kenny, and Swerve. And then we move forward like that. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best thing out of this is that this year the world title picture has been just so fun to watch. Like you've got so many moving parts, you got so many people gunning for Max. Max has been a great and competent champion, but you've got so many interesting challengers for him. It's not just like a challenger of the month. You've got challengers that are coming in that people are really interested in and people are invested in. I mean, I think that's all you should want out of a world title picture for a company. Yeah, I think it's great that we can't guess what's happening next. We can't guess where we will be by All In. I think a lot of us are suspecting that, of course, Osprey is going to be the challenger at All In. But at this point, I don't know who the champion will be. I don't know how we get there. And I think that's a good thing.
It's amazing. And all the contenders are awesome. Like if Kenny's there, it's going to be great. If Swerve happens to be there as world champion, giving the honor to Osprey, that would hit. If Darby's there, I think they can make that a dope thing. Max, we're talking about Max and they've already done the match, but he could still make that into a big thing with him being a heel and all the stuff that it would be leading into that match. So it's like any outcome is going to be really good.
Yeah. Yeah. My hunch at this point, and I've been kind of assuming this for a while, is that Osprey Swerve is going to be the finals of the Owen this year. That's still my prediction. I don't know how Swerve factors into this, but I do think he'll be back by the Owen.
He should be back.
Yeah. Yeah, but all around, I thought this was a great show.
Yeah.
I thought, probably the most consistent pay-per-view in some time. Like, even though I feel like the trios match with the lull here, there really wasn't a bad match on this card.
Like I said, nothing that overstayed is welcome,
Yeah. I just continue to say AEW does pay-per-views better than anybody else currently. You can say what you want about like the price of it, the time, but you come away with your money's worth for sure.
Yes, worth it. And this one flew by a lot faster. It didn't feel long.
Yeah. Let's knock out these last few super chats, and then we are going to get out of here. We got one from Anwar Starwin. He says, fans comparing MJF's current title reign to Triple Boss Reign of Terror don't know what the hell they're talking about. WNBA free agency thoughts. This isn't close to that Reign of Terror at all. Like, I don't know why people are saying that.
Max has had the belt since December, you guys, and they've all the matches have been great. Like, I don't even know why people are saying this. Like, I don't think it's like Max again. Like, I didn't feel that after the Kenny match, and I don't know why people did.
Yeah. The WNBA stuff is interesting. I still don't understand the move of trading Angel Reese for basically nothing. Chicago Sky have made some good moves since then. Just picked up the young Rakia Jackson from the LA Sparks. I think that was a good move. Brought in Skylar Diggins. So far so good. All the moves are good. I don't know if this makes us better than we were, but it is so questionable that you had somebody in Angel who was a franchise player and you weren't making these kind of moves when she was here. You shipped her off for basically nothing, and then you start making all these moves. I don't really understand that. And of course, all of the jokes the internet is making, like, oh, they've recruited a team of baddies over there. Yes, I see it. It's definitely a team of baddies. I don't know if that's going to result in some wins. But like I said, I like the moves so far.
They're going to look good while doing it.
Yeah, nah.
Because they are fine, brother.
Definitely got roster. Definitely got roster over there. Let's see. Got that one. Okay. Then we got one from R. Fan McKinnon. He says, maybe Darby wins Wednesday. Then we get a triple threat on Double or Nothing. Darby as champion versus MJF and Kenny. Kenny wins and Osprey wins the Owen. Maybe we're getting a multi-man match at Double or Nothing. I don't know. Like I said, my gut feeling is this is leading to Darby winning on Wednesday and probably dropping the belt back to Max at Double or Nothing.
It's in New York. I could definitely see Max trying to get a big win in New York.
Yeah, all the video they kept showing for Double or Nothing. Max is all over it. They've got like him, the audio of him singing New York, New York on it. I feel like Max is probably gonna, if he loses, he's probably gonna win it back.
But let's not think about that. Let's think about Darby's big win on Wednesday.
Definitely puts him in rarefied air. That make him only the second 3-time AEW World Champion. Mox is the first. Mox is currently a 4-time AEW World Champion. I don't know. I don't want to think that far. I hope that that's not where we're heading because I wouldn't like that, but certainly feels like it.
Really does feel like it.
I believe that is all of our super chats. I just want to double check. Appreciate you guys pulling up for us on a Monday.
Yes.
Start of a very busy week for us. I believe you're traveling tomorrow.
Yep. I got a whole bunch of things to do. We are headed to Las Vegas for some festivities. Super busy week, like Phil's saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out Thursday. But yeah, busy week. If you did not get enough of us on Saturday, you got a whole 2 hours and a half of us running through this card for AEW Dynasty.
Great
It would have
show.
been very hard for us to review this show on Saturday, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about from this episode of Dynamite, the way it seems. And
Hmm.
then we're going to be in the midst of WrestleMania weekend as well. Um, but again, appreciate you guys for pulling up. Appreciate everybody for sending us a super chat. Um, we'll be back on Saturday. We'll have a pod. Um, Probably review WrestleMania sometime in the midst of this. I'll figure that
Hmm.
out. But until then, this has been Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsey, Righteous Reg. We're out of here.